Hello there, thanks Eris for confirming we don't strafe jump in this. This is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix HD. This is the 1.5 plus 2.5 version they released on PS4. I'm playing it on my PS5 because I'm fancy. Right, so we're going to be doing Beginner All Stories. Beginner All Stories consists of doing a run of all 3 of the characters and then the final episode. So timing actually starts from when I confirm new game in this category. So if you're ready on time tech, we'll go in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, now I have to brain because we never normally time the first part in any percent. Alright, so you can play the characters in any order in this category. We're going to play as Terra first. Honestly, it really doesn't matter. I just like going down the list. Usually when you're doing runs at home, you do Terra first because he has the most amount of reset points that you need to deal with. The other 2 characters, it doesn't matter as much, but Terra really needs certain things at certain times. So the first thing this game throws us into is orbs. We're going to see orbs 3 times, everyone's favourite in this game. We just have to destroy the orbs. Each character has a different starting position and has different sets of strats. Terra here, he hits orbs around. Thanks, nice whiff. Can knock orbs around by hitting them in the air, which is very annoying because sometimes his air combo just hits them around before you've actually finished it. Oh, one flew in behind me there. Right, second, we're going to use Shotlock. Shotlock's like a chargeable attack that we have with all 3 characters. Terra's one here is pretty okay. It's a little bit weird on 60 FPS, which is the frame rate that this game runs at. It can sometimes just like whiff things for no reason. Wait for them to stop moving, hit them into each other. So when you hit orbs into each other, they instantly get destroyed. They're both running into the corner, lovely. Hit that. Oh, lovely. Bro. Please, thank you. Right. One more, and it should be on low HP, so I can just go pop ting. There we go. That was terrible. Amazing. In general, reset point in this game is orbs with all characters. We love orbs. So yeah, now that we've done that, we can get into the first bit of the game. Each character plays through a different world first. Terra's first world is Enchanted Dominion. You have to go to all 3 worlds with all the characters within the first ring, but the order they play them in is different. So the whole gimmick of the plot of this game is each 3 characters' stories are happening like at the same time, but so they each go to each individual world at different times. So Terra here, it goes to Enchanted Dominion like kind of first, so that's why he goes there first. That was a weird jiggle on that one. Right, we get thrown straight into a force fight here. The first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be using a D-Link. D-Link is a kind of power-up state that gives us access to another character's kind of deck abilities and finishes. So we're just going to be killing some enemies with Ventus here. We want a D-Link drop. You'll know when it drops because like a little flower thing pops out of an enemy. There it is. This is a wayfinder. You'll see a lot of them because we need a lot of them throughout the game with different characters. So when we get that, we now have haste. So I'm going to swing a lot faster now than I did before. Cool. Pop him. Pop that guy. Oh, nice whiff. That's fine. There we go. Oh my god, they didn't get me out of that. Got that. Right, that was okay. Wasn't the best. Right, so now that we've done that, there is a slight... Well, I do a kind of different route to some other people, but there's a blizzard you can pick up in the next room. I like to pick up that blizzard because it makes a couple of other fights a bit more consistent for me. You don't have to do it, but if you don't pick up, you sometimes just got on money, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. You can skip it to save like 2 seconds or like grab it if you want. Right, I don't have D-Link. That's the blue bar on top of my HP, so I need to refill. There we go. Right, so now that we dealt with that first fight, we just got a little bit of movement here before we get to the boss. Throughout different areas in this game, I'm going to be using Slide Dash when I have it available. Slide Dash is a combo ability, but you can use it for movement. When you hit an enemy with an attack of any kind, you can actually cancel the animation with a dodge. In Terra's case, it's a slide. With Ventus, we do a dodge roll. With Aqua, we do a cartwheel. In general, I know around about where enemies are going to spawn, and I'm going to try and Slide Dash through them if they haven't spawned in yet. Each cancel you get saves like a couple of seconds. If you don't get it, it doesn't really matter too much. You just kind of go neutral on like doing normal movement without it. Right, so I'm going to go over here. Right, this is Terra's first boss. This is Wheelmaster. So So first we're going to run down the stairs, because of course we do. So the first thing I'm going to do in this fight is I'm going to take a step forward, then go into Ventus. Taking the step forward actually kind of tricks his AI into doing a certain set of attacks. Otherwise he'll start jumping around and being annoying. So we're going to take a step forward, go and D-Link, then that will force him to do this spinning attack. It's not the best attack for him to do, but it stops him from doing anything else. And as you can see, with haste, I'm swinging very fast on this man, so we're just going to go nuts on him. When he falls over, he'll get up again and he'll do this thing here where he like stamps around and we're just going to wait for him to charge. Cool. Hit him through there. He's going to jump now, which is fine. Cool, that's all massive. That was a really weird hit. It didn't sound like I hit him there. He just kind of died in the air. Right, so that's Enchanted Mini with Terra. Nice and quick world. We get nice Keyblade for that. We're not going to use that Keyblade with Terra. That Keyblade is useless as Terra. So each character is also like differentiated by their stats as well. So Terra gets a lot of strength, but not a lot of magic. So it's very useful for Terra to collect like attack-based commands and things like that. Ventus has more balanced stats, so we use mostly attack with him because most attack commands are easier to get than magic commands that are good. And for Aqua, we go all in on magic because her magic stat is way better. There we go. Right, you can use Sonic Shadow here to do movement around rooms on these pots. We need to come up here because we need to grab this here. This is Flame Salvo. It's just a better shot lock than Sonic Shadow. I'm going to use pop over here. Oh, get stuck on the wall, of course. Right. I'm actually going to do a mild sequence break in a second. It's actually in the shoutouts to the Brady Games guide. This ledge grab I'm about to do is actually in the guide. There's a screenshot of it. So shoutouts to that. So if you wedge yourself between the wall and this hedge, you grab that ledge. And you can slide dash over here, grab this. This is Fission Faraga, and we're just going to turn around and sell it because we don't need it for Terra, but we need it for money. So you're not meant to grab that until you have like air slide and like high jump and stuff. So we're going to sell that. Sell Fission. Sell Blizzard. I'm losing my mind. What the hell am I doing? Oh, buy. Okay, I'm losing my mind here. Okay, what the hell? Give me a second, sorry. Oh, I came to the wrong world, that's what happened. Oh no. I've played 7 minutes of the game and I came to the wrong world. What have I got? Okay, I'm just missing Blizzard, that's fine, I'll just not use the Blizzard. Okay, that's a my B moment right there, I got very confused. Right, so anyway, Aqua, pop that. Right, so there we go, right, I'm looking for a dealing drop in this fight as well. Pop that. Pop that. Kill that guy. I'm just going to revert because I'm going to try and get a second drop in this fight as well. Pop that. Pop that. Right. Pop these two. Right. There we go. That was so stupid of me. If you got anything to read on donations while I'm moving to the next fight, feel free to go ahead, bro.
Yep, we have a $5 donation from Vip Home saying W Rassif from 1511.
Check. Hello. Yeah, I'm also here. We have $60.44. Yeah, $60.44. I can read this from Bunny Hope Enjoyer saying Quake should be at every marathon. That was beautiful. It kind of is at every marathon nowadays.
Oh yeah. Right, so this is the Cinderella escort. I genuinely... Me having to practice 5 games caught up with me there, because, Jesus, I've never got that wrong. Right, instead of doing what I was going to do with Blizzard here, I can just use Critical Impact. It basically does the same thing. Pop those 2 guys. Pop that guy. Pop that guy. Right, now I'm just going to pop this guy. Bro, can you stop whiffing, please? There we go. Oh, Fleeting Crystal, hell yeah. I need that. So something else I'm going to be looking for throughout all of these is I'm going to be looking for crystals. For Terra, I need shimmering crystals and bleeding crystals because they give me abilities that are useful. And hopefully I get some because they are kind of needed to go fast, but I can deal with stuff without them. Right, second part of this escort, we're going to do a bit of damage on both of these guys. Oh god. I'm going to pop this. Stunnage. Pop that. Okay, there you go. Right. Here. Wait for my gauge to go down a little bit there. There we go. Pop that.
Let's go.
Be okay. Let me just get that. Okay, right. So there's a split path here. Cinderella can take either one of them. We want her to take the path that I'm on now because that's the best one. Okay, I just need the thing here to die. Thank you. Bro. Thank you. Alright, cool. I'm gonna spawn these guys. We wanna do say goodbye. Pop these guys in there. And then we should be able to take out these guys like this. And that's the end of the escort. Alright. Not gonna lie, going to the wrong world first is genuinely the first time I've ever made that mistake. Right, so now that we've done with that, we get counter hammer, which is never used because we don't need it. So we're going to move around here. Right, so we have to go through a different way to the ballroom because Tara was taking Cinderella to the ballroom to basically help her get to, well, to help her get to the ball so she could meet Prince Charming. And we're going to pick up Thunder here because we need it. And then we get Symphony Master. Right, so Symphony Master, we're going to do the same thing as Will Master. We're going to just swing at him while listening to the bop that is his boss theme. He gets knocked over after a couple of hits, and then we can put it in there. He does his desperation move thing. You might hear me refer to it as a DM throughout the run. Okay, right, cool. Alright, there we go. That's a nice 12-minute when normally I get like a 9 or like a low 10. 07. Right, so now that we've done that, we can actually go to Dwarf Woodlands now and actually do it in the correct order, rather than what I've done here, which is mess everything up. Right, I might have to grab an extra item here because the potion, because normally the blizzard we have sells for a little bit more because it's at max level. But now I can just be like, that should be good. Let's just take these 3 potions just in case. There we go. There's what I needed. Right, so this is melding. We can meld commands together to make other commands, making a binding strike there. Can I do menu, please? Thank you. Right, so now we're going to set up a little bit of a deck that we're not really going to use. So we're going to use the Side Dash and Binding Strike in this deck, but the fire, the 2 fires and the arrow, because we need to level them up for later. So Terra is a character we build around fire surges, using those to do big amounts of damage. Give me a second here. Aqua D-Link here. So if you notice, I'm using Aqua a lot. Aqua. A quote from a friend of mine is, Aqua is so good in this game that she's the best character in other people's runs. So we're just going to abuse Aqua a lot during this because she's very good. Oh, nice, I got a demon drop. That's the worst time to get it, but I'll do with that. Alright, we're going to just pop into that. Take that. And we're just going to pop the finisher here just to finish off that last guy. There we go. And I hit level 6 as well, which is good. So something that we have to worry about on beginner is our levels. We're going to be looking for certain level amounts and certain level, well, not really caps, but level like hits that we need throughout. The level we need to get to with Terra is level 20. And we hit level 20 with Terra at the last possible point where we gain EXP. So the EXP route is pretty tight. Luckily, it's not like insanely tight that it's like difficult to do. You have a tiny bit of leeway, but not like a ton. I have been 1 EXP'd, which is 1 EXP away from level 20 many times. Right, so now this is Magic Mirror. We're going to fight Magic Mirror twice. We fight him here with Terra and we fight him with Aqua. He's a fight where after a certain number of hits he falls over and then he does one of his 4 attacks. We're just going to hope to God we can kill him before he does any of those 4 attacks. Slide dash, 1, 2, Binding Strike. Then that gets us critical impact with a full combo. Then I'm going to walk to the right a little bit to reposition myself. Then I'm just going to woof on him. Hang on. And I didn't get it. Right, if he does, there's 2 attacks he can do where he moves backwards. If he does either of those 2 attacks, he'll die from just mashing out the combo before the critical impact, like finisher pop-up comes up. Right, so that's Magic Mirror dealt with. Pop that. Alright, so now that we've done that, we get Treasure Trove, which is the Keyblade we're actually going to use for a good while because it has a better magic stat than Terra's Keyblade. It has the same strength stat, but the 1 extra magic is massive. It's a general thing in most KH games that 1 extra stat point in anything is the difference between doing good damage and the difference between doing bad damage. And we really are like chomping at the bit for, like, you know, any stat increases we can get in these games. So I'm going to quickly change that. So Aqua's first finisher is better than the second one, so we're not going to use the second one anymore. Swap that. Gonna put on that, gonna put Cure, gonna put Fire, Air Slash, change that for Flame Salvo. There we go. That's a good menu, actually. That's Terra's hardest menu. There's a lot you gotta do there. The rest of his menus aren't too difficult, but that one there you need to change around a few things and do a few, like, you have to go to the bottom, middle, and then top of the command deck list, and then you have to swap you have to put on Air Slide, because you need that for movement, and then you gotta put on Flame Salvo as well. Right, so in the story here, Terra has gone to Mysterious Tower, spoken to Enchanted, and he's like, cool, I'm gonna go see if I can find Master Xehanort, who is at the aptly named question mark, which is known as the Badlands for a while, so... And then Xehanort basically goes, yo, go have fun, and Terra's like, okay. Right, so now we're gonna go to Radiant Garden. Radiant Garden, with all characters, is basically like the midpoint of each of their runs. The first thing we've got to do with Terra is we've got to do a force fight. I'll refer to all like fights where I'm forced to do things as force fights because they're forced. This fight here is really annoying as Terra. You can lose a lot of time here very quickly. So we're going to go into that, gather, and nice, I've got more enemies there. Oh, okay, right. Pop that, freeze, fire. Then the blue sea salts spawn. We're going to pop these with the flame salvo. Take out as many of them as possible. Run back here. Pop those 2. Oh, nice shimmering drop. That's the second one. Go over here. There we go. Pop these. So Magnet is basically one of the best commands in the game for any amount of crown control that you might have. You have a pulsing and a fleeting. That's actually insane. So drops in this game are like really weird. An enemy has like a base drop chance. Oh, fucker. Okay, this is going to go south now because these enemies are terrible. Right, I'm going to just have to wait for Magnet to come back. And I'm going to revert back to... There we go. That was a terrible fight, but I got hit out of Magnet at the end. Yeah, so the way drops work in this game is enemies have like a base drop chance. So Red Hot Chilies have like a 12.5% drop chance. And within that drop chance, they have like a 80% chance to give you a Shimmering Crystal and like a 20% chance to give you a fire at this point. Depending on where you are in the game, the drop table does actually change, and it's based on how many worlds you've completed, or as it's referred to in like the shop level. We need our dealing back, so we're just going to quickly pop out the world and back, and again, it's faster than trying to get it back via fighting the enemies there. Alright. I'm going to quickly do this. Right, so at this point in the run, we actually have like 2 or 3 different menu routes you can do. It depends on how many fire boosts you have as Terra at this point. I've got 2, so I can do the slightly more optimal one. They're all about the same speed because you have to level up all the stuff we need anyway. So that Cure gets an attack haste, that's fine, that's for later. Fire, thunder. There we go. Right, cool. Right, so now we've got 2 attack haste, which is good. So attack haste, do what they say on the tin. Our attack base commands will recharge faster when we have those equipped. We don't need those for a little bit, but they are useful to have. 2 is actually like pretty alright. I do plenty of runs where you have 1, and it's occasionally you do runs where you have 0 and you're like, please. Oh, I'm getting 3 apparently, let's go. That makes up for me genuinely just brain farting a minute ago. Nice. Right. So on the way to the next boss fight, which is Trinity Armor, we're just killing a few enemies for some EXP. We also want to kill them as well because they have a chance to give us some of the item drops that we do need. The Archravens are the birds. Archraven's gimmick is that they go for like drops that are on the floor and they like collect them. They're like meant to be like scavenger type enemies. Up in that guy. Pop that. There we go. We'll go over here, use the Mind Square, Magnet, pop those guys. Oh, nice to drop my square input. So something else as well is, even though I'm pressing slide to get everywhere, I'm not actually mashing the inputs. You need to time them, because if you mash the inputs, you tend to drop a lot more than usual. So the optimal way to move in this game when you're doing general movement is you dodge, take a step, dodge, take a step, dodge, take a step, and that's how you do the entire thing, basically. Right, so this is Trinity Armor. Trinity Armor is the kind of the midpoint fight with all three characters. So with Terra here, we're gonna fire, do a combo, go into fire again. The whole gimmick of this fight is we want to get into Firestorm. So the 3 fire boosts I got and the finish boost I got on the Confusion Strike just increased my damage. The finish boost gives you more damage on anything that's considered like a finisher, so like this big thing here. That just bricks his HP. I'm going to go into that again. So after he's done all 3 charges, which he'll do against all 3 characters, on Terra specifically, he'll like only charge at Terra. Oh, that was not what I wanted, but that's fine. Oh, okay. There we go, that's fine. Right, so after this, they'll probably do an attack where they split off into different areas. I'm just going to try and kill them before they do that. Okay, over there. Wait for this guy to finish. So when he's doing that attack, he's invincible. You can't really skip that attack with Terra because he doesn't do enough damage quick enough. Oh, please, thank you. There we go. Pop that. And then just quickly finish off the Flame Salvo. Flame Salvo, again, is also affected by fire boosts as well. So having 2 fire boosts there is very nice. Right. Thank you. Right. So I've got a quick bit of movement here before I have a bit of a grind section to do. So if you have anything to read on Post-side Murtag, feel free to go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to remind you that we are raising money for Make-A-Wish International, and your donations will be going to that amazing charity. And you can help us raise money in multiple ways. You can obviously donate to the stream, but you can also buy cool shirts on speedrunstore.com. Every $5 of every sale will be donated to Make-A-Wish International at the end of the stream. Back to you, Rebel.
Hell yeah. So I just sold a couple of things there and bought a couple of things. I brought a Binding Strike to replace the one I had there because I need another one, and the one I have is leveled up. Now that it's max level, I can use it to meld what I need to meld later on. Right, so this is the grinding section. As I said, with Terra, we need to do a bit of grinding. Excuse me. So we need to do this room 5 times because we need a bunch of EXP. Right. Right, there we go. My throat is going to go again, sorry. I didn't want to cough into the mic. Oh my god. Every time I do commentary now, my throat is just like, nope, time to die. Right, so I need to just level up the magnets now, because I need the magnets at max level so I can fuse them into other things. Right, so we're just going to pop in and out of this room a few times because we need 5 lots of this room for the XP that we need. The sets of enemies that I defeat are the most optimal to kill over and over and over again. So ideally now the only drop I need is a Shimmering Crystal.
Gather. Thunder. Want some?
Pop that, pop that. Oh, that's unfortunate. I didn't get my dealing back. So we're going to leave the world and come back in again. There we go. Right, when I hit level 14 is when I can leave. I just want to make sure I have all my stuff.
Gather. Thunder. Want some?
Pop that, pop that. Use the mining square. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. This is the strat that I've always done.
Gather. So long.
So the reason why the birds come towards you is because the money on the ground, they like to collect the money, as I said, and that baits them in. They also have a chance to drop shimmerings, which is why I want to kill them.
Thunder. Take that.
Kill that guy. Well, I think that was room 3. I always lose count here because I'm stupid. Aqua.
Gather.
Pop that.
Thunder. So long.
Okay, they all died.
Want some? You're too slow.
Damn, that sounded like a donation that came in there.
Yes, that's right, Rebel. We have a $100 donation from Anonymous. Thanks to everyone on the ESA team for their continued work over the years. And thanks to Rebel Dragon for continuing to bring Kingdom Hearts runs. And I cannot agree more, Anonymous. Back to you.
Thank you. Right, this should be the last room. I haven't been lucky with the shimmerings on the last set, so
Thunder.
this may be a 2-5 boost run, which is fine. My world record had a 2-5 boost run here, which is like very funny.
Take that.
Right, I was hoping that would be what I wanted there, but as a pulsing again.
Gather.
Right, there we go.
Thunder. Want some?
Thunder, want some? Nope. Right. Now, there is a extremely tiny chance that when I make this fire, which I'm going to do, I'll do it last. When I make this fire, that it will just give me a random drop here of the ability, because it can do that when you don't put something on it. Nope. Cool. 2-5 boost run it is. Which is fine. It means I'm just going to lose a ton of time in the final boss, which is amazing. So the main reason why we need the 3 fire boosts is because in the final boss, the key we get swapped back to a weaker keyblade than the one we have for the rest of endgame. Because for plot reasons, they thought it'd be cool. I'll explain it more when I get there. So pop these guys. There's 3 more guys that spawn here. We're going to push them.
Gather.
Pop that, pop that. There we go. He'll die while I move over here.
Want some?
Pop that guy. There we go. Right, then we can move over here. Right, now we're done with that. We get the Terra's final boss of Radiant Garden. This is Braig. Braig is very recognizable if you know some other games in the series. So Braig here is, his gimmick is he goes up the top of the map here and like tries to snipe you, but you can just block him. If you stand on this corner, it's the most consistent corner to do it on. We'll lock on and use our flame salvo on him. And we'll lock on now fully. And we just have to hope he takes the damage because he can be a bit of a butt sometimes and not want to take it. Block him when he does ring around. You can get this fight in one cycle if he does the right set of attacks, but he needs to give you the right cycles, the right set of attacks, and the amount of variables are insane to get the perfect fight here.
You're done.
And he should rip from that one.
So long.
There we go. Easy. Right, that's the end of Terra's Radiant Garden. Kind of the midpoint of his run. Right, now we've done that, we need to go to kind of the mini-game world of this game. Each character has to go through a mini-game when they get to Disney Town. It kind of just shows off each of the 3 main mini-games that exist in this game. One of them is Rumble Racing, one of them is Ice Cream Beat, the other one is Fruit Ball. We have to play all 3 of them. They're basically just like, well, Terra's one is the main one where you can lose time because it's a race where you actually have to drive. And you have to win, and not gonna lie, with how I've been playing, losing might be on the table, and that would be very funny. Now that I've mentioned it, hopefully I'll be able to keep myself in check. So on the track, there are like tornadoes and things that can like hit you. And also like the other racers could hit you as well. So we can get a starting boost. When it says go, we press X and we go. There we go, there's our starting boost. Doesn't really matter if you get the starting boost or not. It doesn't really save a massive amount of time because of how the rubber banding and how other stuff works. But we're going to just take this ramp. This is a shortcut that takes you through the middle. If you notice, the enemies will just catch the hell up to me because the rubber banding is insane in this. Basically, all the all the enemy racers will play like actual gods, and then in the final race they'll be like, oh god, we're terrible now, and they'll just go really slow. Right, pop around here, pop around here. Right, there we go, pop that, pop that. Pop around that tornado there. Right, so each of the ramps I go on here, I'm actually aiming for a kind of a weird line where you can actually skip a bit of the airtime. Got it there. Saves like less than half a second every time you do it, but it is worth it if you can get it on all 5 laps. Right, pop around here, pop around here. Right. The main way to turn in this is you do like a brake turn, because turning is really, really slow, as you can see. But if you brake turn, you do like a mild drift. It's not really a drift, but it's the closest thing we have in this game. The meme of this particular mini game is to get under sub 2 minutes, and this one's not under sub 2. My lines have been actually awful. Right, final lap now, so all the NPCs will start playing like poop, because they always do. I'm gonna pop around here. There we go. Pop that there. And I'm going to watch the timer tick over 2 minutes and cry internally. Right, so now that you've done that, oh my god, I actually got 59, that's insane. I was not expecting that with that. Only just though, only just. Right, so normally in most any percent runs, I wouldn't get extra cutscenes there. Because I'm playing the all storage category, we actually play on a save file with a bunch of like different setup. So the actual unlock requirement for getting the final episode is having all the Xehanort reports. I just play on a profile that has all the Xehanort reports unlocked, and then the only requirement I have is to make a save file at the end of Aqua to make sure that's the save file that I use at the end. So this fight here, we're just going to run around using Magnet into fire to get the Firestorm, and then we're just going to use the spinning attack of Firestorm to get the most amount of damage on everything. I'm going to gather these, move back a little bit. Cool. Gather, hit fire, and they should all just pop now. Gather again, because he just wasn't there. That was a pretty poop fight because I messed up. I didn't get enough the final Firestorm. That's fine. Right, so now that I've done that, the second part of OC, both Aqua and Terra have to do this. It's called 10 rounds. It's 10 rounds of timed fights. The order that they have the rounds is different, so some rounds have more or less enemies. Oh, hi Hades, don't worry about him. We'll kill him later, it's fine. See, I'm not cutscene. So, Terra here, the fastest way to do the first few is to use Flame Salvo. Because our attack stat is pretty high with Terra, his Flame Salvo does a lot of damage here.
Let's go.
I have got to do a little bit of adjustment. So usually when you have 3 fire boosts, you can do less on the Flame Salvos. On that one there, I just got a bit unlucky because one of them missed. So this one here, usually 11, but I have to hit 12.
You're done.
Oh, I only hit 11, that's fine. Oh, that's fine anyway, cool. Sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not. This round here, you could do a full 15, but we actually want to build up our Firestorm. So we're going to do that. There we go. Right, this guy here needs a Flame Salvo of 7 to 8.
Let's go.
This guy, as long as you don't get a 10, is fine because he's the only enemy. The animation for between like 6 and 7 is the most optimal for that guy. Cool, that's fine. Right, I'm looking for a Firestorm finish to pop here.
Gather.
Run backwards a little bit just to make sure it hits. There we go. Right, I hit level 16. That's good. Right, these are 3 big dudes. Oh, I didn't mean to lock onto that guy there. Pop, fire. One in the middle. Oh, nice whiff. Thank you. I did the air hit there because it's a little bit faster than doing the ground hit. The ground hit, he does like a weird swing thing with a charge. Oh god, that was like... Fire. There we go, that was good. Right, pop that. Okay. Right, so the last round with both characters is always this. This is a Jelly Shade Swarm.
Gather.
Magnet gets rid of them immediately. They're basically just JPEGs that will have 1 hit point, and you just put a couple of magnets, spin the camera around to spawn them, and it ends the round. Right, we get Sonic Impact there with Terra, which we're actually going to use. It's actually a pretty big bit of movement tech. Right, we're going to quickly make Terra's endgame command here. So I've got enough fleeting crystals here to make everything I need. I've got way more than I need, damn. So these are Fire Surges. Fire Surge is genuinely one of just the best commands in the game. This and Thunder Surge are like the god commands in this game. If you see anybody talking about this game, they're always going on about how broken the Surge commands are, and yeah, they are correct. They're 100% correct. So both Terra and Ven will rely on those a lot because they're the easiest and cheapest commands to make, especially the Fire Surge variety. Thunder Surge is a little bit harder to make, but so we don't use it. We did used to use it, but it's fine. Right, this is Zac 1. We're just going to flame salvo him a couple of times because of our high stats. Even with 2 fire boosts, he dies in like a couple of these in a... Oh, that was pretty bad. Right, we're going to have to use a couple of these on him.
Come on.
And he should be in. Thank you, Zac. Here we go, cool. I accidentally pressed X like 1 hit too early on my second flame salvo there. So I didn't get the full animation, because the full animation does like another bar of damage to him. Right, now that we've done that, we get thrown into Zac 2. Zac 2 gets his desperation move where he teleports around with like the power of darkness, because Hades kind of like infected him. Right, so this just avoids all of it using the iframes, and then once it's over, we can just start going nuts on him with this. So backwards, and he should be ripped from this, and then that's a goodbye Zac. Alright, there we go. So that's the end of Terra's OC. We get another Keyblade from this. We get Mark of the Hero. Mark of the Hero has 5 magic. It does have not 5 magic, 5 strength. It does have less magic than the Keyblade we have been using, but it's not needed at this point. So Terra's next couple of Keyblades he gets are pretty useless because one of them is a magic-based one. The other one has 5 strength, like Mark of the Hero, so it's not needed. The next Keyblade we'll be using is the one we get after his like kind of third to last boss. So this is what I like to call the most useless fight in this game. This is another Jelly Shade Swarm that Terra has to deal with. You get nothing from this fight. You get like a max HP increase. If you got EXP from this fight would be like God. We wouldn't have to do as much grinding as we do. You get so many levels from this, but yeah, we get nothing. We get a pitiful amount of money and a HP increase. That's just 50 seconds and nothing right there. Right, after that fight, the reason why I had to change my Keyblade before I came into the world is because we get thrown straight into a force fight here. And the force fight, because we're relying on Fire Surge instead of anything else now, we need the strength of Mark of the Hero to even do anything. So most of the force fights at this point onwards will consist of setting up a magnet and then Fire Surging through whatever's inside that magnet. Oh nice, actually gathered. Okay, pop that. Pop that, there we go. Gather those guys. Move backwards a little bit. There we go, and... Oh, I didn't mean to use Cure there, that's genuinely terrible. There we go. That was an okay fight. Without the Cure, that would have been a great fight. Right, so we hit level 17 there, that's useful. We want to hit level 18 by the end of the next force fight. Terra actually doesn't have as easy a time as hitting the levels he needs to as Aqua and Ven, because he doesn't get the main ability that we use for EXP on beginner mode with the other 2 characters, which is EXP Walker, which gives you EXP every single step. Because Terra's really only way of getting EXP Walker reliably and fast is by relying on a 4% drop from an enemy, which is not something you really want to be relying on in a... especially in a marathon setting, because you could be there forever like trying to get a 4% drop. Right. Thank you, gamers. Right, that was Cinderella. Right, just doing some movement here to the next boss fight. We've got to fight 221, Pikachu, whatever the hell you want to call him. He's the yellow one from Lilo and Stitch. Right, he has a couple of like weird things with him. Basically, his entire fight is pattern based. Depending on the pattern he picks, is just automatically dictates the speed of the fight you're gonna get. So we're gonna do that. Okay, this one should be a standard. Right. If he picks the right set of attacks, you can actually defeat him before he goes inside the guns. We like to call that gunless. So now that he's on this attack, he's gonna go inside the guns and annoy me. There he goes. 07. Right. So we're gonna fire surge the guns just to get him out of them. Nice. There we go. And 07 221. Got very excited for me using fire on the little yellow thing. Right, so now we're done with that. We get my favorite keyblade in this game, which is Hyperdrive, but we're not going to use it as Terra, unfortunately. We do get to use it later, though. Right, so the next one we're going to go to now is Neverland. We immediately get dropped into a force fight in Neverland. It's probably the most annoying one to do because there's a few enemies in it that are not affected by magnet, much like everything else in this game. It's the big monkeys, because monkeys don't like to be put in a magnet. The first couple of waves are pretty easy if you get your magnets into the right place. So we're going to walk forward, magnet. Immediately I get trolled. There we go. Pop that guy. There we go. Right. And hopefully now everything goes like it should do.
Gather.
Pop that.
Gather.
Just making sure I actually do this fight correctly so I don't lose too much time. Oh, nice whiff. Oh, nice whiff. Thank you. There we go. Right, and now last wave spawns. These big monkey guys are not affected by magnet, which means they're the most annoying enemies in the game. Hop around here, push him that way a little bit. Okay, didn't really work how I wanted that, but that's fine. We're going to fire surge through them now. Oh, here we go. We're going to get our fire surge back in a second. Oh, cool. End of that fight. Right, we've got level 18 as well. Yay. Woo! So the next fight we get any EXP from. We're going to hit the level that we need to. But before we need to get there, I need to stop and do a quick shop menu because I've got junk in my command deck slot that I don't need. We're going to quickly pop those two. Going to buy 2 of those. Buy 5 of those. That's fine. Now, my deck's looking much more like every single meme about this game, which is all fire surges. There we go. Right, so the next boss fight we're going to is actually with Peter Pan. The game hilariously says to put Peter Pan in his place. Right, so here's Sonic Impact. Sonic Impact is like an addition onto Slide. Sorry, that's what Terra's dodge is called. It just gives you a hitbox that spawns around you. Right, so before we go into the boss fight, we actually need to gain a bit of EXP. So before we get into the fight, we need to be about 230 EXP to the next level, which is pretty easy to get. Only a few enemies need to die here. I'm going to try and position myself in a bit better position. There we go. And once I've done that, I can pop over here. Pop this guy. Oh, cool. I actually killed 2 of them there. That's insane. Right, so we're going to quickly do some movement across this. Pop that. Right, so we have to go up to Skull Island over here. Nice skull in the distance. Oh, Skull Rock, sorry. Pop over here. There actually is a really powerful command you can grab here called R Solemn. It's used in level 1, but we don't need it. So here's the famous put Peter Pan in his place. He's annoyed us mildly, so we're just going to burn him to death.
You won't stop me. You're done.
Based response, actually.
Let's go. Say goodbye.
And you don't have to get rid of his whole HP bar, you just have to get rid of some of it. So he's going to drop in front of me, we're just going to fire search him. Burn this man. Peter Pan, burn. There we go. So that's Rip Peter Pan. Right, so now that we put Peter Pan in his place, he's now our friend, because, of course, what else would we do in a Disney game? So we have to leave the room and go back in, because we leave the room and then a bunch of unversed... Oh, I haven't even mentioned that's the name of the main enemy in the game. They're unversed. I've been here for 40 minutes and barely talked about anything, apparently. This is a proper Jelly Shade Swarm, so every character has, like, a full fight with this in some capacity. So the best way to get rid of these is to use a magnet and then pop in and out of the D-Link. The reason why we pop in and out of the D-Link is because it refreshes all of the commands. We don't have to wait for him to recharge. And by the time I'm done with this, I should hit level... There you go. And I hit level 20, which is exactly what I need for endgame. So the main reason why we want to hit level 20 is because, as I said, I'm about to get a Keyblade from this set of cutscenes called Ends of the Earth. In the super boss in KH2, it's the Keyblade that Terra or Lingering Will uses. And for lore reasons, when you enter the final boss in this game with Terra, which is Teranort, or Teranort 1 in this case, we've got to fight him 3 times in this run, unfortunately. He just decides, yeah, I'm going to just use a weaker Keyblade for no real reason. So that's fun. So pop up here. So we got up here. Xehanort goes, oh, Eraqus is going to try and kill Ventus. We should go stop him. Yeah, so we're going to go fight Eraqus now. Eraqus is genuinely just an annoying fight. He's not really an enemy that can take a lot of damage. He sometimes just counters you for no real reason. Thank you for the glow sticks, guys. So the crux of this fight is he'll counter you and deal damage to you. You want to just kill him before he kills you, and that's the that's kind of all you do in this fight. Just try not to die. So all to the left, fire surge. Hit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's you. Okay, now he's just going to be annoying. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna have to be careful here now because my HP's looking kind of low. Oh, hang on. Nope. How much do I want to risk it is the real question. Oh, no. Okay. That was a bold move by me. Okay, we're just gonna back out. Okay, what are you doing, bro? Thank you. just wait for him to do something. There you go. I made the bold decision to accidentally cure, and then I accidentally died, or nearly accidentally died. Yeah, clap for like a terrible fight. Let's go, guys. Yeah, so after that cutscene, the guy was just fine, gets stabbed in the back and dies, so big rip to him. And then we get a Keyblade that called the Chaos Ripper that boosts our attack to +10 in stats, which is genuinely insane. Because as I said, the Keyblade we're going to put on now is Chaos Ripper. You'll see my stats like absolutely jump there. Mash, 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 please. Right, there we go. Right, the Mega Ethers are used to restore our focus. So the focus gauge is what powers the shot locks like Flame Salvo that I've been using. I did not mean to mash that. Right, this is the tornado room. We'll see this room a further 2 more times after this. Each of these tornadoes will lock onto you and chase you individually, but Terra just genuinely doesn't care and just runs through the room without any issue. When they first released this game on PS4, the tornadoes were bugged and they just went at double speed. And the only character that could consistently avoid them without like any additional stuff was Terra, which was very funny. So suddenly everyone just played Terra for like a month until they patched the game. Right, so final fights here. We've got a few final fights we have to do with. This first one here is really funny because when you play this game at 30 FPS, you've only got to get rid of half of Venitas' health, but at 60 FPS you have to get rid of all of it. And on the PC version, if you actually change the frame rate back to 30, it actually reverts the change as well, like that they put in this version. So he's gonna go on the ground, that's fine. We're just gonna fire surge him a few times, deal big damage. Thank you. Thank you. So Venitas' gimmick, you'll see him a bunch throughout the rest of the game. His gimmick is that he'll just decide to not take damage and hit you. Because, you know, that's fun. Now that we've got rid of him, we have to fight Xehanort now, because in the plot of the story, Venitas goes to fight Ventus and Aqua. So now we got to deal with Xehanort. Right. Cool, he didn't do tornado. He can summon a big tornado that can just get in your way. So, pop him with fire surges. So we're just going to try and keep him in the corner and pop him with fire surges over and over and over again. And then when we get the big shining blade, we're just going to hit him with it. Alright, so final boss time. Final boss is with Teranort. I will probably end up going silent at some point, but basically Teranort has a load of different attacks he can do, and even though I'm just going to be spamming Flame Salvo on him over and over and over again, like just spamming it without actually thinking about when you're using it, will actually get you killed, especially when you don't have 3 fire boosts like I do. Well, like I don't. I have 2. So my damage here is not going to be amazing. And as you can see, my Keyblade does change back to Ends of the Earth, and that also does revert my status as well. Oh, that was terrible. You want to always try and get 15s on this guy. So I'm trying to use him from positions where I know at least some of it will hit him. Right, run over here, pop a Mega Reefer, run over there. So whenever I'm dashing away, I'm trying to get him to come towards me, because when he does other attacks or other things like this, he can't dodge. Okay, he did Quake there. This is our Solemn, don't worry about it. Right, this guy's main gimmick is he actually has Dark Curaga, so at random points, there he goes, he'll just decide to cure half a HP bar. Most of the time he only does it 3 times. I have seen it like loads of different times. I've seen it up to 5, which is lovely. Okay, this is Meteor. Wow, this is not Meteor. This is his Desperation move. It's a Meteor attack. Right, after he's done this Desperation move, he always does a cure, so we just have to be careful here. Oh, there we go. Teranort, please. Teranort, please. Thank you, Teranort. Right. He's probably going to cure now. Oh my god. Genuinely just Dark impulses me immediately. Oh, he's doing the air guitar as well. Shoutouts to I Am Grid, because that's what we call that attack. Dash over him, cure. Oh, not moving? Hell yeah. Hopefully he'll get hit by this, and he should be dead. So that's first run done. Right, soft reset. Right, shoutouts to that genuinely being the worst run of terror I've done in a very long time. Right. Yes, PB. 5 minutes off it. Right, so now we're going to go straight into the Ventus run. So Ven kind of does a few things similar. Oh god, didn't we do that? Okay, give me a second here. Right. Cool, I didn't mess up the menu. That's a big W on that one. Thank you for the clap. Right. So, as I said, each character has to do orbs. Ven here has basically what, in my opinion, the best version of orbs, because he has Flame Salvo immediately, and you've just seen how broken it is with Terra. Ven just starts with it. He's like, yeah, I'm based actually. And his full air combo just straight up just destroys orbs, so you can just like go in like that. Pop that. And this 9 should get rid of most of them. Oh, nice. There you go, easy. Right. I appreciate the clap for orbs, everyone's favorite. And anybody who watches any stream that I do of this game, I spend hours in that bloody fight, and I hate it to pieces. Oh god, can I skip cutscenes? The answer is actually no. Right, unlock all my stuff again. Right, so Ven's first world we're going to go to is Dwarf Woodlands. Ven's main RNG, so the reason why we do Ven second is because Ven's another character usually with a ton of RNG at the beginning, but luckily for Ven it doesn't matter too much. The whole reason why I do Aqua last is just because you play basically the rest of the game as Aqua, so it's easier to play it as her all throughout the rest of it, so you don't get out of the habit of playing as Aqua once you've started. Right, so first thing we're going to do is going to hover over Aqua here. We're going to jump up here because we need to pick up Mini. Mini is a great command we'll get to in a minute because we use it in the next boss fight. Drop that. Right, so what I just did there, I did it with, I didn't do it with Terra, actually. You don't do it with Terra. That's called a D-Link drop. Whenever you go into a D-Link, you have to be on the ground in order to complete the animation. So by going in the air, you can drop to the ground. For whatever reason, if you jump before you do it, you just drop at twice the speed. I don't know why. Never worked it out, but that's just how it be. So the fight we're doing here is we have to find all the all the dwarfs with hiding in all the boxes. So nice, the blizzard actually hit behind me. So while I'm finishing this up, Eris, have you got anything you want to say?
We don't have any donations at the moment, but just a quick reminder that we are raising money for Make-A-Wish International. It's a great charity. They help kids all around the world. It's really worth donating to, and we have a lot of open incentives right now. But I wasn't ready, so I'll get them to you.
They'll throw a mix-up at you. Right, let's dock. Right, if you get lucky or like, you know, do it fast enough, you can actually kill both these last two at the same time. There is actually a position you can stand in when this guy goes through that door over there, where he has an invisible hitbox that's like above you and you can like nail him there, but it's really difficult to be in a position where you can take advantage of that. There is like some testing going about like doing that in runs, but it's not really been fully implemented for beginner mode yet. Right, so we put on Slide Dash and Mini. Again, Slide Dash is mainly for movement, but also it's useful for getting in on the boss fight we're coming up on. Mini is just for the force fight because it makes it much easier. Oh, nice, get the cutscene. Right, right, we're gonna pick up this here. This is a fire. So Ven actually needs to buy fire before his before it becomes unlocked in the shop. So if you obtain a command before they're available in the shop normally, you can just buy it. So obtaining a fire there is just useful. Pop that. This is a Shimmering Crystal. Again, Shimmering Crystal will be useful, gives us fire boost. Talk to Snow White. Snow White is actually the best escort mission. So Snow White here, you need to beat the enemies in Snow White's way. As soon as there is a gap, Snow White will just start going to the finish. She doesn't care. She's like, I want out of this forest right now. So Mini just lets us step on enemies, which is just lovely. Okay, missed one of them there, but that's fine. We can strike raid those guys. Oh, I hit all three of them there. Cool, pop that. Go around here. Right, so the next two trees. So the trees actually have reaction commands, we'll call them, that attached to them. Jesus Christ. You can actually wait and delay this one and then do kind of both at the same time, but it doesn't really save any time. So you just do both like that. Pop Mini here to tread on that enemy. So there is actually, this tree here is another one that will cause a QTE, but we're just gonna, if we knock this enemy out of the way, Snow White just walks straight past it as if it doesn't exist. So we're gonna stop her twice there. What that does is it lets the tree load enough so that the reaction command is there. Stand here, use Mini here, pop these two. There we go. Unfortunately, they didn't give me any drops, which is amazing. As soon as we clear the way here, she'll just run. She doesn't care, as I said, and that's the Snow White escort. We've got one more escort to do in this game, and honestly, it's probably the worst one in terms of RNG. Right, so now we are going into Ven's first boss fight. This is the Mad Treant, if I could speak. This is just a big tree that we're going to shoot with fire. That's the easiest way to say it. And then we're just going to kind of go in on it, and hopefully he doesn't troll too much. He can just jump up and down endlessly and shoot poison patches everywhere and throw bombs, but hopefully he doesn't do that. Cool, he took enough damage to fall over, and then I should get Fever Pitch from that. So Terra has Critical Impact as his first one. Oh, his first command style, sorry. Then here has Fever Pitch. Cool, he does throw his Temper Tantrum twice there. Pop him with more fire. Oh, nice whiff. Oh, please? Okay, cool, he fell over. I got hit so many times. Right, so that's Matrian, and that's the end of Ven's Dwarf Woodlands. So Ven actually really nicely gets Treasure Trove immediately. It's a really useful Keyblade for him at the start as well, because it gives him a bit more magic damage by 1 point. And as I said with Terra, 1 magic point is insane, much as 1 strength point is insane, which is part of the reason why I'm looking to hit certain certain like levels by certain points to make sure my damage is just consistent or where I need it to be. One thing with Ven, actually, we actually already need to stop to gain some levels because the next couple of boss fights, the level curve on them is just not nice to you. You don't get really many force fights in this game, and in order to do like okay damage to not the boss fight of this world, but the boss fight afterwards, we want to be level 7 by the end of it. Sell quick blitz, sell mini, get rid of the potion so it's not in the way. Buy 5 fires, buy 1 cure. Right, cool. Pop that in there. Right, so part of the RNG with the beginning in Dwarfs is I didn't get a D-Link drop from the from any of the floods in the first boss fight. Oh, what the hell am I doing? I'm gonna lose a little bit of time getting that D-Link. Sorry, I need to go grab some items. So the whole idea of this part is Ven's putting together a dress for Cinderella. He's basically helping Jacques and the other mice do it by going around and collect the stuff, which is why he's like small. There's no other context to that. So we're gonna pump up here, jump there, grab this fleeting crystal, grab the bow tie. Cool. So something else I did there is I did what's called a pause cancel. If you pause and bring up the game's like main menu like I have just now, it takes you out of whatever animation and whatever D-Link or anything that you're in and resets you back to neutral. So you can just use that to completely cancel out of everything. Right, pop that. Alright, so now I need to be very careful about this because I need to make sure I have enough fire gauge for. Pop that. Did any of you give me anything? Of course not. Right, so now we're gonna wait a second here. Pop that, pop that. Oh, nice, I got it. Pop those guys. Quickly do that. Get back into that. Pop that. Right, so now we're gonna come over here, hit these guys. Right, so most of the first room in like this grinding section is just making sure that I have everything I need to do the rest of the grind fast. So now we've got magnet now. Everything's gonna be good now. Okay, now we'll go over here, pop these guys. God, the enemies are just surviving all over the place in this fight right now. Right. So there's one last bit of the dress here that we're just not going to collect for right now. I'm just going to leave. I don't care about that EXP right now. I'll make it up in a second. So the dress, so the parts of the dress, once we collect it, it'll move on the story and put me to the next, the boss fight, which is not what I need right now. Pop those guys. So I'm looking for a second Aqua D-Link drop because as you saw with Terra, I get Mind Shield from that. And Mind Shield's very goated. It does a lot of damage. It's very useful throughout this. Oh, nice little crystal. Oh, nice. There it is. You're about to see it now. So if I pop over here, just pop this and pop magnet, they're just going to spawn in and die. Oh, nice shimmering drop. That. There we go. Guy. Right, over here, do the same thing. And something else I'm going to do as well is I need to collect a couple of extra D-Links for Snow White and one for Terra. Just want to do this so I remember. There we go. So as I said with Terra, using the second D-Link finisher with Ven is also bad as well. Right. Snow White. There we go. Pop these guys again. I'm just making sure my level is all good. Right, so I need to be at under 110 EXP to the next level before I leave this section. That should be good. Please put my D-Link. Thank you. There we go. So we're done with grinding for now. We do have to come back later and do some more with Ven because surprisingly leveling up and then coming back. So leveling up and then beating the game is actually straight up faster than just not leveling up, as I said. Right. And doing all the grinding at once is better than doing it in different parts. Mainly on this version of the game, that's due to the loading times. Back on the PS3 version, when the loading times were pretty bad, we did actually come up with a route for Ven to do grinding, to like more grinding than we did to gain a high level before the end of the game, but it just wasn't worth it due to having to go in and out of rooms multiple times. And then when the PS4 version came out and suddenly the load times were good, oh, we're like, oh, yeah, dude, let's go. We can now do grinding. So this is Lucifer. Lucifer is a big cat. We are just going to shoot him with fire, and then we're going to try and blow him up. Alright. So Lucifer, after he's done with this, he'll jump on a piece of furniture. Where's he going? He's going over there. Alright, we're going to place it around about here. Step here. Oh, screw you, Lucifer. Okay. The blow up didn't work because I didn't put it in the right place, but that's fine. Poor Lucifer just kind of gets clowned on when you're a higher level than him. Right, so now that we've done that, that's the end of Castle of Dreams for now. So we're going to come back after we're done with a little bit more of the game. So when we enter Radiant Garden, we're going to play a bit of Radiant Garden, then come back to Castle of Dreams, because the room that I was just in is still, at a later point in the game, the most optimal room for doing grinding in. And we need to gain more EXP. Eris, have you found all that stuff for your reading yet?
No, but
no.
But we do have a $3 donation from Tam that says Minor Monk just can't. Let's make it 4,000, and we have indeed made it $4,000. Thank you, thank you.
The most delayed clap of
yeah. We're all tired. It's all good. So yeah, keep it coming.
Oh yeah, right. So I did mention movement with Terra, but with Ven, as you can see, it's quite fast to do dodge, take a step, dodge, take a step, dodge, take a step. It only saves like a minor amount of time in each room you do it in, but it does build up when you do it across the whole run. Jump up there. So the command deck I have is actually very specific. I need to level up the slide dash and the strike raid before I get any further with them, because I use them to make EXP Walker, which is required for just going fast in general. I'm going to quickly go around here, pop that there, try and cut as much of the corner as possible. Right, so Ven's next fight is with these guys. These guys are legitimately called Maleficent goons. Feel free to laugh as much as you want at the fact these are the goons. And it will say take out Maleficent's goons. There we go. So we're going to use Aqua D-Link to do that. So Aqua D-Link has, as I said, a couple of different commands that make this really worth it. So Blizzara is amazing. Mind Square is also amazing. So the gimmick of this fight is the enemies run on screen from each side, and we just need to pop them as they're walking in. So, and if you get a good set of RNG and luck, you can just do this, pop that down the middle, and they just all die as they're coming in. Pop them. That down. Oh, I missed that one. That sucks. Cool. That was okay, considering I whiffed one of the blizzards completely. But there we go. That's fine. Right. So now that we've done all of that. Oh, I just wasn't moving, of course. Right, so slide dash here, we're just going to pop those guys. You know you're the right level at the end of that fight because those guys die in one hit to slide dash, which is very useful information. So that just confirms. I knew I hit level 7, but that just genuinely just confirms it every single time. There's a couple of items we need to grab. There's a free fleeting crystal we can grab in this room and a tornado strike. Genuinely, I think it's been since I first played this game on the PSP, since I've seen what Tornado Strike actually looks like. I've only ever used it for selling in most of the time I've been speedrunning this game. I've never been like, yeah, let's try using Tornado Strike. No, it just goes straight in the bin. It sells for so much money that it's not even worth trying to use anything else. Right, so there's a portal at the end here. So this entire thing's meant to be like a maze of portals, but if you wait here for a second, this turns back to cream, and then that takes us to the right place. Then we want the red portal, and then we're going to slide dash to hit the cutscene. Just saves like a minor amount of time to slide dash there, because when you slide dash and don't get the and get the lag at the end of it without hitting an enemy, that is when it usually ends up being slower. So this is Maleficent. Maleficent is another pattern-based fight. I have 2 fire boosts, so hopefully she should be okay. She's going to go to the middle. Oh, actually based. That was completely random, by the way. Actual read of the century. So she can either go to the middle or any of the 4 like pillar areas around her. So she's not going to do that. We're just going to flame salvo again now. Cool, perfect Maleficent fight. What a read on the middle. So that fight there can lose you 15, 20 seconds easy money every single time if you just get trolled. So now that we've defeated her, Ven runs out the castle. He runs into Venitas in space, and Venitas taunts him and drags him to the Badlands. So we're going to go to the Badlands and have a fight with Venitas real quick. You probably noticed when I got before Lucifer in Castle of Dreams, I brought 4 sleeps. This is what it's for. So a gimmick I didn't go over with Venitas with Terra because it doesn't really affect him is that Venitas' other gimmick outside of just being a troll and not taking any damage from anything you do is that depending on when you fight him in the game, he's affected by differing amounts of status conditions. It just so happens that this one is affected by sleep, and it makes him so much easier to deal with. So the first part here, this is a 2-part fight. It's actually a little bit faster than fighting him out here to just let him kill you, even on beginner mode. On crit mode, he just flashes at you once and you just get actually clapped by this man. But on beginner mode, you have to attack him a few times. That should be it. Cool. I love how he stays normal when you freeze frame there. Every time. Right, so in the next fight, we actually get our first appearance of Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse here is actually insane. He does a lot of damage, but he also causes Venitas to teleport around. But if you put him to sleep, Mickey just kind of pounds him for you. So we're going to put him to sleep, and Mickey's just going to clown him for us. So he goes sleepy by it, and we're just going to do this for the entire fight, and Mickey's just going to swing at him. And I'm just going to keep watching my command deck to make sure that I'm using sleep at the right time. Mickey does have another thing he can do where he'll start like a reaction command where it says let's team up, and you just go on him to do that. And if he does that, you want to make sure that you're got sleep ready to there it is. One more. And that is Venitas, nice and easy. He got hit by the first sleep, which doesn't always do, which made that very fast. So sadly, that's the only time we really get to use sleep in any capacity in this run. Even in Aqua, it's not really useful because the Venitas that she fights is better dealt with Magnet, which is way better for dealing with him. But for Ven, because that fight has a higher level curve than Maleficent does, just letting Mickey do everything for us there is way more optimal. Right, so another gimmick of Snow White that I haven't gone over is all of her commands in her D-Link are named after the different dwarfs. Grumpy here is actually an incredibly broken command. Grumpy is Treasure Raid. So Grumpy's gimmick is he forces enemies to drop items. So I threw him, I threw the Treasure Raid there at Mandrakes, and Mandrakes only have a 4% chance to drop Bounding Crystals, and as you can see, I got a ton of them there because Treasure Raid forces drops from enemies. If you get lucky there, you also get an Aurora drop, which you can use to sell. But I didn't get that there, so we're going to come back here now. We're going to sell Tornado Strike, we're going to sell 4 Sleeps, we're going to sell 2 Binds. We're going to buy 3 Binding Strikes, and we're going to buy, nope, 4 of those. Oh, yeah, thank you. The XP Walker, there we go. I'm going to build my deck. This deck isn't used for combat, it's just used for doing some leveling up. Right, I didn't forget to put the XP Walker on like I did yesterday. Right, so we're going to be going through the rune that I was grinding in before a few more times, but this time I have Mickey D-Link. So Mickey D-Link makes grinding so much faster because when he gets his level 2 D-Link ability, he has double EXP. Which, as you can imagine, it does exactly what it says on the tin, gives you double EXP. But so, until we get that, I'm just going to run around using Mind Square into Magnet over and over again. And then, oh, that was a massive bit of lag there. Holy. There we go, that just got rid of all those. So, Mickey has Mind Shield as well. Another command he gets at a later point is, sorry, is Sign of Faith, which is like a typeless magic command thing. And it's very useful for... Oh, God. Thank you. I got very lucky there that there were some blue crystals there for me. Cool. Now Mickey's going to level up now. There we go. Right, so now we're just going to use Mickey for the rest of this. Mickey's double EXP ability gives you doubles any EXP you would have gained during its activation. And this includes EXP Walker, so we get double EXP from EXP Walker now. I'm not going to grab that right now. So I need a D-Link drop for Terra as well, but I'll grab that in a second. Because I didn't have any D-Link available for picking up, so now I can grab Terra. There we go. Oh, that was an awful position of that. Right, so now we're just going to vibe here for a minute. Have you found your stuff, Eraqus?
You won't believe this, man. It's crazy.
If you say no, that'd be amazing.
No, it would be funny. No, honestly, I should have. No, they found it for me. In fact, we don't have any new donations at the moment, but we did open a new incentive because we did meet the Castlevania one a while ago. So thank you for that. We do have Spyro 2 Stand on 10 Portals run open, and it's worth $500. So please, let's get it met. It would be great.
Right, so now that you found all your data, whenever I ask you now, you actually got stuff to read, right?
Well, no, this is all they gave me so far.
That's all they get?
I send them a crumb of context, please, but like a crumb of content.
just please, can I just have a crumb of anything?
Please, I beg of you. Yeah.
Right, so... Right, we've only got 2 more levels we've got to go now. Oh, I need to actually do a menu because I'm stupid. Alright, I was so busy vibing, I forgot to do a menu. It's fine. Shimmering. I've got so many drops, bro. Right, there we go. Right, so hopefully I get all... But this should be fine. Right, so now I need to get the firers I've just put on leveled up to level 3 because they need to be level 3 in order to be melded into fire surges, which is why with Terra I had them on for like quite a while by just being little fire commands in my deck. Right, so level 17. Hopefully it'll be 1 or 2 more rooms until I'm done. There's actually a fun category that I like doing every now and then. It's called a Venno menu. Venno menu is... I'm just going to quickly talk some more enemies just to make sure I'm okay. Venno menu is a... That should be okay now. Is a category where we don't open like the menu where I've been editing my like Keyblade, command deck, all that other stuff. And with Ven you can beat it pretty quickly because that room there that I've just been in grinding with Mickey is just insanely optimal for like doing anything. And you can get to level 29 in like 12 minutes or so. And just completely destroy the rest of the game using your baby Keyblade. Right, now we've done that, we're going to activate this cutscene. The reason why I didn't activate the cutscene before is because if you move in the wrong place here, enemies spawn then and the save point just disappears. I thought I'd show that. So that's the reason why I don't activate the cutscene before leaving. Because it just makes the movement to the save point a little bit harder and a little bit less direct. Right, pop that, high jump. There we go. Right, so now technically Terra already received his Disney Town Pass, but Ben actually gets given all 3 of them there. Where Scrooge McDuck, he just kind of rocks up to the square here and Scrooge McDuck goes, "You are now my friend. Here is everything." And then you're just like, oh, okay. Right. So we don't actually have to kill any enemies in this room because they're just too awkward to do. We don't have any Magnaras yet, so we're just going to pop up here. Pop that, there we go. Roll over here. Pop up there. Oh, lovely. There we go. Accidentally doing that. We're just going to pop up here, slide dash, revert. There we go. Alright. Now, I have to refill my D-Link here, so the little floods here actually are pretty good for refilling your D-Link. Nice double kill. I'm going to pop this flood up here because sometimes he just roams around and stops you from doing a menu in a second. Prep Mickey. So we need a few more, a bit more EXP here. We want to hit level 19. Go. That. We should hit level 19 here. We should. Hopefully. There you go. That just lagged my inputs there. There we go. Level 19. That is good. That means I'm in the right place. Then I can just pop these guys with everything I've got and then just move on. Right, so the flood I killed back there is just so the menu goes blue here and I can actually do my menu. Right, so we're going to make what we did in OC, Olympus Coliseum with Terra, with Ven right now. So we're just going to make a bunch of fire surges. And something else with Ven as well is because we got so many fleeting crystals, we can actually put some fleeting crystals on the magnets and get magic haste. So magic haste is not really a thing that Terra really gets, but Ven and Aqua can use them to make their magic commands recharge faster, much like the physical commands. Right, there we go. Right, so nice easy menu there. We're going to go into Trinity Armor now and just body him completely. So I'm level 18, so I'm quite far above the intended like damage area for this one. Right. So again, unlike Terra, Trinity Armor here charges at each of the characters individually. When you're playing as Terra, for whatever reason, he just charges at Terra 3 times in a row. As you can see, my damage here is insane. I'm just going to pop that there. Wait for him to do that. Pop that there. And he should get rid of that. There we go. Right. Wait for him to do his spinny laser. If he does the right set of attacks here, you can actually get what's called laser skip on this man. And he should die from this. A nice and easy fight. Pretty good. So as you can see, my damage there was pretty obscene. It does get like a little bit less obscene towards the end of the game, but leveling up to make everything just a little bit more consistent and easier is way better. Right, so now we've done that. So we're gonna hop back over to the Radiant Garden Square area where we got the Disney Town pass. Ventus's Radiant Garden Force fight is actually at the end of his world, unlike Terra's. He kind of has the same one, but the enemies spawn in a different order, and Ben's ones, especially for beginner mode, spawn in a much better order for him. So we're going to do a dealing drop here, we're going to jump here, pop down there, slide dash here, nice kill, revert there, pop that, jump up here. Oh, I accidentally get a falling animation. Part of the reason why I've been dodge rolling when I'm going off ledges and things is because it cuts doing the animation where you swap from like jumping to falling. That takes like half a second to do. It's just a mildly more optimal thing to do. Right, so first part of this force fight here, we're going to use a magnet to gather all these guys around us. Because we can use it immediately, they all get caught and they can just kind of get clammed on. There we go. Right, so we're going to use a full flame salvo on the red hot chilies here. And then I need to use around 7 on these guys. Pop down a mine square, gather here. And then fire show through that as they spawn in. Right, there we go. Right, so Terra, God, I'm playing as Ventus. I've been playing as Ventus for like nearly 30 minutes, and I can't bloody remember who I'm playing as. Ventus gets another like dodge command, block command there called reversal. Honestly, it's very bad. I don't think I've ever really used it too much. It is really cool though. He like slides around them and like hits them back when they try and hit him. Like you can get a reversal slash command. It's a little bit like the reversal thing you could do to Dusks in KH2. They're hitting each other with sticks. We get this game here, Frolic Flame. Frolic Flame is actually technically mildly better than Treasure Trove, but unfortunately we don't do enough of a world in Olympus Coliseum, which we're going to go to after Disney Town to actually justify using it. Because we only really need the fire surge damage, not the 1 extra magic it gets, because Frolic Flame is a 3-3, not a 3-2. Right, so we're gonna pop into here. Ben's minigame we get to play is called Ice Cream Beat. We're gonna talk to Pete here because his hitbox is just bigger and he's closer to you. So this is Ice Cream Beat. I've had people come into my chat or talk to me about this game and they've gone, damn, Ice Cream Beat do be hard, and I'm like, yeah, it actually kind of does sometimes. I've genuinely been on pace and just messed this up royally, and it's very upsetting. Because unfortunately on this first like song on the easiest difficulty, the circles and the beat aren't exactly lined up, so you kind of just have to do it based on visual cues rather than audio cues. The rest of the songs aren't really like it. I got no clue because it was fine on the PS3 version, and then this version kind of messed it up a little bit. It was a little bit off on when they ported it to HD, but not like as bad. Alright, bro, got a ton of ice cream there. So you actually only have to get 1,050 points in this. I'll go a little bit above just to like be safe. I did not mean to fluff that there. So we're just listening to It's a Small World really quickly here. Alright, there we go. I might get a fantastic. Yo, clap. I might get a fantastic there, which means. Oh no, I didn't. You want to get a cool ranking there than a fantastic, because the voice line that the duck says when you get a fantastic is wackaroony, and it just takes him forever to say it. He's like wackaroony, and then it just you can't mash through until he's sharp. Right, so we're going to go into OC now. The first thing we need to do in OC is we get put into a force fight. We're actually with Herc and Zach. Terra doesn't really have any force fights with partners, so I haven't been able to mention this. When you have party members in force fights in this game, if they get the killing blow on an enemy, you don't get any of the EXP or like the command points or anything like that. You only get like the HP drops and any like items they would have dropped and things like that. It doesn't really affect Ven too much, because at this point in the game you're so strong that you just like wreck them before they get a chance to anyway. But when we play as Aqua at the beginning of her run, it's actually quite prevalent, because she has a lot of fights with party members for whatever reason. Like Aqua gets so many of them. Alright. Charge up this now. So my strength is so high that this should kill all but like 3 of the jelly shades in this part. Okay, I'm just gonna use a 14 here just to be safe. Yeah, I was fine. Cool. So that's how you deal with that. Right, so the rest of OC is pretty simple. It's just a couple of mini games I've got to play. I do have to wreck my hand as part of it though. So as I said, I've got EXP Walker on, and I need to like gain a bunch of EXP from it in the next 2 fights. So I basically get like around like 2 minutes to just like spam EXP from EXP Walker. You get 2 EXP every single step with EXP Walker. Someone who recently, a guy, I think it was Grandpa Glasses, spawned into the Discord and started talking about doing tasks this game. And he discovered that you can't, the EXP Walker's limit is every 4 frames. So you can move frame perfectly in this game on like at task level by doing what I'm doing here called a starter step. But you can't gain EXP like that consistently, even with doing that. It's every 4 frames. So you don't have to go completely nuts on this. I just like to go as nuts as possible. So the way I do that is I hold like the controller like this, camera down, and I spam up like that. It's not exactly the most comfortable position to be in, but it's the most consistent for me for doing it. So I hit level 21 during that, which is good, which means I get a lot of chance here to get really deep into level 22. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Herc. Herc immediately just gained a ton of points. So ideally you want Herc to gain like not that many. Oh, nice. So you want Herc not to gain that many points, because you need to beat him in this one. In the first instance of this mini game, you just had to get 15 points, but this one you actually have to defeat Herc. So ideally you want to get a massive head start on him, because you want to use as much time as possible for spamming the starter step. You do actually gain EXP from doing everything I'm doing now, like moving around and doing all the stuff here. Thank you. Right. So, thank you, Herc. Every time Herc picks up a barrel, he just says, "Let's get rolling," and he spins it around.
Rebel.
Yeah?
Are you shortening Hercules to Herc?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing? Okay. Just check.
Sorry, did it sound like something else?
No, I was just very confused.
Oh, sorry. Should I use his full name of Heracles just to clear up all confusion?
Please, yeah, the full trademark name from Disney, yeah.
Full trademark name of Heracles. Right. This guy. just trying to make sure I don't lose now. I'm not going to have as much time as I want to spam some EXP because he's been genuinely just gaming a little bit, which is not nice. Right, I should be okay from here, though. Just to pop some of this. Oh, God. Well, when you hit your own explosion that you set off. Right, he can't win. Oh, he's on 69. Let's go. Oh, he ruined it for everyone. Right, to spam the starter step. I should be pretty, not like amazingly far, but a little bit into level 21 now. So I should be able to get level 22 before the end of this world, which is useful. So Ven's next boss fight is with a Jelly Shade Swarm. And much like with Terra's, we're just going to use Magnet on it. We do have Hercules with us, so we're not going to be using dodge roll that much because the input to activate like the reaction commands or QTs you have with your party members is square. And Herc likes to just shout Ven every now and then, and he'll like spin you around and then he'll throw you. It just loses time. It's not fun. So we're going to try and avoid that as much as possible. Right. Pop that. Spin around a little bit to gain some EXP. Wait for him to say Ven. Move away to a different position. Oh, I didn't wait. Here we go. Pop that. Ven. Hop over here. Good, level 22. Exactly what I wanted there. There we go. Easy. Shoutouts to Heracles shouting Ven for like a minute there. Again, Hercules doesn't really like do well at killing enemies. You'll see with Aqua, because we actually have a force fight with him present. And he's just genuinely terrible at fighting things in this game. It's kind of comical. So we're going to do a quick change here. I genuinely remember like another runner, Dessa, messaged me. He's like, "Why'd you put Mark of the Hero on in the menu? Do you do more damage?" And I was always like, "I just do it because you do it there with Terra." And it turns out, yeah, you do more damage. So changing there is actually like more optimal because you do a little bit more damage to this guy. This is Metamorphosis 1. So pop, there we go. That was actually really good. That's really hard to control doing the Keyblade bike movement there. Well, it's more of a Keyblade hoverboard for Ven. But yeah, it's really difficult to control the movement there. Luckily, you don't have to like fully get rid of his HP bar, or that fight would be criminal. That fight is actually can be really hard on level 1 if you like his movements are like. My finger's off the start button there. That's unskippable cutscene. His movements there can be really annoying to deal with, which is not always nice. Right. Clear the barriers. Right, so this fight here, we're actually going to be trying to gun for using Ventus's newly acquired ability, which is sorry, get this, is Wingblade. A Wingblade is genuinely sick. You get like this like set of wings around you, and they like become swords, and you can like use them to like. Why is there a floodlight? And you can use them to like hit enemies with. It's probably one of the better like 3rd tier command styles. Like this and Blade Charge are like the ones. Unfortunately, this is the only time where we really get to use it because it's not really useful anyone else. I'm going to wait for him to come back. Pop it here. Use Wingblade's finisher, and this should take out the rest of the enemies from the middle position here. Oh, I was a little bit too far to the left there. There we go. If you're more center, it actually takes out all the enemies in that room. But there's usually a tank toppler that spawns at the side with those guys. I took him out because his hitbox is a little bit bigger. Right, I need to quickly pop into the shop here because I need a couple of fire surges. We're going to sell one of those. We're going to sell that because I don't need it. We're going to sell all of those. Why not? Cool, there we go. Right, I want to keep a Magnera. I could have sold both there, but I want to keep one of them because it makes the start of the force fight in Neverland a lot easier. Right, we're going to pop up here. Oh, nice ledge grab. Thank you. Sometimes when you grab a ledge in this game, it just takes you forever to like pop off of it. Go to Terra here. This is just to make this bit of movement here a little bit faster to slide dash over that hole, rather than going all the way around with the anti-grav. So we're going to pop down here. Nice level 23 pop. That's actually really useful. So level 23 is the endgame level that I was like gunning for, which is part of the reason why I did the stutter stepping. Unfortunately, I didn't get it as early as I wanted. If like you could get it before the force fight, which I have had before, it just makes it so much nicer because it makes the wing blade like parts so much quick. This is Metamorphosis 2. Say hello to Stitch. Stitch is here. Stitch will pull a gun out on this guy and cap him every now and then, but not all the time. Oh, he's shooting him now though. Thank you, Stitch. So we're just going to use Flame Salvo on this man, do as much damage as possible. Hopefully he stays in my face. Okay, that was kind of bad, but it's fine. He should just die from this. There we go. Right, cool. So now that Stitch has got mad there, Stitch leaves on his ship and ends up on Hawaii. That's obviously the plot of the movie. And then we're going to go Neverland. Neverland actually has kind of one of the more interesting strats that we do. I leveled up Snow White D-Link, and you notice I haven't actually used it yet. I'm about to use it. The force fight in Neverland is very long, and it's genuinely faster to level up a D-Link just to deal with this one fight than it is to deal with the fight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Bashful in Snow White, and what Bashful is Warp. Warp is a Terra exclusive command that just despawns enemies from a fight. It's very useful. You don't get any EXP or anything like that, you just get items that they drop. But we don't need any EXP at this point because we're level 23, which is the level that I wanted to get to. But also it just makes it so you don't really have to fight out this fight. The only wave you have to fight out is the floods at the beginning, but these are the easiest enemies to kill. So after this wave, it spawns an entire wave of mandrakes, and they're all spread out across the entire room, which makes them really annoying to deal with. We're going to pop that there. Pop into Snow White. After I accidentally get that. Pop that. Despawn as many of them as possible. It is random whether they get despawned or not, so I'm going to be trying to just pop it as many times as I can. Thank you. 3 more enemies here. Pop it. Okay, that was not good. That was not good. Okay, one last enemy here. When there's one enemy left, just kill him with a couple of fire surges. That's more than fine. That fight was pretty terrible. You can actually get that in like 3 or 4 warps if you're like really lucky. Oh, sorry, I'm taking a drink here. Alright, so now that I've done that, I'm going to do a quick menu here. My command deck is going to basically lack any kind of defensive options for a second here because we're going to go all in on attacks. Oh god. There we go, all the fire surges. Right, there we go. Right, so the next room we need to go into is like the mermaid kind of lagoon area. We get glide from here because Ven's actually friends with Peter Pan, unlike Terra, who has to beat him up first. But we're just going to go into Terra D-Link and slide dash over it. I'm going to go up here. There are 2 ways you can get rid of this. You can hit this guy into the rock, or you can just fire surge it. That's the fire surge is a little bit easier to do. I do like doing the hit into it, but the fire surge is just a bit better. Right, so the boss fight we're heading into now is Hook. There's a couple of ways to do Hook. I'm going to try a I'm going to try a strat which I came up with like a year or a bit ago and like have kind of been dabbling with here and there. But if you swing at the start of Hook, dodges to left or right, then you can put him towards the edge, hit him off the edge. The crocodile hits him, you can then hit him with a bit of flame salvo, and he goes to the middle of the room. The reason why this is nice is because it just gives you a little bit of a nicer lineup for doing what I'm doing here, which is fire surging through him. And hopefully he just takes all the damage from me. If he does parry you, you just mash out a command. That was a really, really good Hook fight. So setting up in the middle just makes it a bit easier sometimes. It's not always consistent, but it just makes it, can make it a bit easier for you. Right, now that we've done that, when this game was on the PlayStation 3 version, the section of cutscenes that we are going through is really long because of all the loading times. When we got the PS4 version of this game, this next section of all the cutscenes genuinely saved like 2.5 minutes. It was insane. So we've got this little bit of movement here in the mysterious tower. Right, there we go. And now we just get a bunch of cutscenes. So we have to go to the Badlands now. It's called Keyblade Graveyard later on. You saw that at the end of Terra's, but during the main story it's normally called the Badlands. because Mickey is there, then kind of gets like mind-wormed by everything. He goes see Eraqus. Eraqus nearly kills him. Terrifies Eraqus, and then Eraqus dies, and then Ven gets a headache in a couple of cutscenes time. That's basically the main... There he goes, getting a headache. And we get Lost Memory from that, which is our in-game Keyblade for Ventus. It's actually probably one of my more favourite Keyblades in this game. It is up there with Hyperdrive for me. So we're going to swap to it now. Right, there we go. Right, so I put the Cura on because it has another attack haste on, but also we need a curing ability just because even on beginner mode at a higher level than we normally get to, it's still quite possibly within the realm of possibility to just get clowned on by Venitas 2 and Venitas 3. So in the tornado room here, I'm going to be timing my inputs. I'm going to be taking kind of a specific line to get through this. There is another line that saves like 1 second or so, 1 to 2. But I much prefer this line for consistency's sake rather than trying to go for a more optimal line that I'm more likely to mess up. And there we go, that's Tornado Room 2 done. Not getting caught by a tornado, let's go. I have sometimes just been randomly caught even if I've done that movement correctly, or like I feel like I've done it correctly. But yeah, so by timing the inputs through there, you can just make sure you get it. Right, so final fights here, we've got 2 more fights we've got to do. We've got Venitas 2 and Final Venitas. Venitas 2 is really annoying because he's now not affected by basically any status conditions, and we are at the mercy of whether he decides he wants to be nice to us and take damage or not. Right, so the first thing he's going to do is get on the Keyblade Storm, as I call it, the Keyblade Bike. And do his own little spinnerini. Oh, that was terrible. Oh, that was fine. Okay.
Too slow. Gotcha.
Right, if I go silent here again, it's because I'm trying not to die.
Too slow. Gotcha. Too slow. Pathetic. Too slow. Suffer. Pathetic. Gotcha. Too slow. Too slow. Go. Gotcha. Too slow.
Okay, Venitas, please.
Gotcha.
Okay, thank you. Jesus, bro, don't do that to me. I could have gone into a D-Link to heal myself, because whenever you go into a D-Link, you do get a full heal. So I was preparing to do that, but I didn't need to. Right, so this is Final Venitas. This is Ventus's last fight. There's a couple of phases in this one, and then we get onto Aqua. So this fight is a lot easier. He does teleport around and try and dodge as much damage as possible, but he's a bit better at getting hit than Venitas 2 is. So even when he teleports behind you, he like still takes the damage, unlike Venitas 2, which just goes, no, I'm just going to dodge stuff for a while. Thank you for getting caught in the corner now. So you want to kind of get him into a wall and ride him across the wall like this. I'm not really paying attention to his HP because I'm just trying to make sure I hit him. Luckily in this game, like HP like bars and like things are not as important as other games, so you can like kind of just like, oh nice. Right, so once he's done this, he's going to go into his second phase where we get like a D-Link section here. We basically just need to do some Dragon Ball Z stuff with this man. Okay, he's going to be slow for a second. Darkness waits. Whenever he says darkness waits or whatever his other voice line is, he's going to charge at us. He'll either do a charge or he'll do a shot lock. There's no escape. That's the other one. There's no escape. We're stuck in this forever. Okay, he's just gonna stand there. You coming? Okay, he's gonna shot lock me. And then we're gonna use last word. I'm not gonna move and use last word because it's more likely to hit when I'm at this position. If I say more likely, it never misses when you're out of position, then I can reset. And now we're going to go back to main menu and go to Aqua now. So Aqua's the last story, and she gets played for basically the rest of the game now. Not standard mode. Genuinely, please don't. So, something else. Each difficulty kind of has its like own requirements for unlocking the final and secret episode. Luckily for beginner, unlocking the final episode is just doing the reports, which is not too difficult to do. With Terra's the only one with like a really annoying one. He has to get his from like doing Mirage Arena stuff, which is part of the reason why we like to do a pre-file setup. So this is basically just like the 3 80% with a bit tagged on, which is what we kind of prefer to rule this game as for all stories. Right, so now we're back in Orbs again. Hello, Orbs, for the 3rd time. We love you. I hate Orbs as Aqua as much as Terra because she starts in a really awkward position and her damage isn't as good as Ven. So we're going to go to the right here, hit that thing. Oh, I actually got the first combo. That's insane. There we go. Thank you. Go to the back here. Terra, please stop, bro. Genuinely. Okay, Ven and Terra are just giving me everything that I don't want here. Like that. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I was complaining, but this wasn't too bad. I'm not gonna like time those out and get annoyed at them at a later point. Which is probably what I'll end up doing when I watch back this run. I'll be like, damn it, the only one I got sub 1 on is Ven. Alright, skip all those. Right, so Aqua's first world that we're going to go to is Castle of Dreams. So, unlike the other ones, she goes here first, and then we're going to go Dwarf Woodlands, and we're going to go to Enchanted Dominion. I genuinely am still confused as to how I messed up Terra's route so much. But, whatever. It's fine. Right. So, we need to pick up a few things here with Aqua. We need this fleeting crystal here, and then we need another chest that's on the other side of this room, but we're going to grab it on the way back. So, Aqua's story is also about, like, Cinderella getting to the ball and such, and sorting all that out. Her main, like, force fight of this is the Jacques escort. We're going to help Jacques move a giant key. And there's a bunch of RNG to that fight. Basically, when I get there and walk into the fight, he'll have like 5 different paths he can take, and only one of them is like the one that you actually want him to take, which is amazing. So it's like a 1 in 5. Right, the bit of movement there was to get a barrier surge, but also to drop down from the stairway really fast, and then I use the slide dash to hit an enemy. We are going to pop this here. We're going to change Quick Blitz for barrier surge. Oh, please pick up the high potion, Aqua. Thank you. Right, so we're going to go over here, pick up this slow. Aqua's money is a little bit tight at the beginning of the game. So we need to pick up a few extra items than what you would on other categories, where you are a bit more like lenient with your money. So luckily we don't have to do a shop immediately. Aqua's first shop is in Enchanted Dominion, before we fight her version of Goons with Prince Philip. But first things first, we gotta have the Fairy Godmother with Jacques here. We're gonna walk towards the door, go, oh no. Hello, Fairy Godmother, put us in the force fight, please. Right, so the first wave here is always the same, it's 3 floods, but different points in the room spawn different enemies. So we're gonna take out the floods and try and leave one of them, like, alive so that he doesn't, like... So when you kill these floods, a set of green guys spawn. Oh, oh. No, he didn't do that. Right, cool. This is what I call the standard, the general, just standard version of this, where he goes here. Okay, I'm gonna just spawn all the enemies now. Do that. And just take out as many as possible now, because I just need to. Cool, out of the way of Jacques, thank you, and that wasn't too bad. I've seen way worse Jacques escorts than that. I just kind of had to deal with the enemies that he decided to spawn there. Right, one good thing about that is it actually makes sure my money's okay. Sometimes if you get spawnless or like the best route there, you don't always have enough money for what you need. And that can be annoying, but it's not really something you have to worry about too much. You just might have to pick up an extra potion if you're worried or something. Have you got a donation?
Oh my god, I do.
Oh my god.
We have $6.7 from Murtag with the message, Dead Donation Theory, every donation is from the hosts. That goes towards the Spire 2 stand on 10 portals run incentive. Also, Rebel, I have a question.
Go ahead.
What's your favorite Disney movie? Since we're playing a trademark nightmare here.
Yeah, my favorite Disney movie is The Three Musketeers, actually.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, the Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, The Three Musketeers. Yeah.
I can't do.
Oh boy!
Can you do Donald?
Genuinely no.
Fair.
No.
Who can you do?
Not very many. Not very many at all with any effort, so I won't do any of them.
That's fine. All good.
I am a huge fan of the French dub of KH2 because Goofy being called Dingo all the time just always lights up my day, especially when in the cutscene where they think he's dead and they're like, "Oh, Dingo!" It's so good. Right, we're gonna drop into. Oh my god, I'm getting caught on the tree now. The tree trunk. So we're gonna drop into Dwarf now, pick up a poison. So the poison chest is mainly for selling, but we actually need it for the next boss just to speed it up a little bit. So in this world, we're gonna fight Aqua's version of Magic Mirror. Alright, there we go. Right, but there's one more high potion chest we need to grab, which is right here. Oh, I dropped an input there. Jesus, can I like not do that? So Aqua again, we're actually going to do the sequence break we did with Terra with Aqua, but on this version of the game, she's actually a little bit shorter than Terra. So, well, not in this version, but in general, but on this version of the game, she can't grab the front of the, like, structure there for whatever reason, but she can grab the back. I don't know why, just her hitbox just doesn't squeeze in there correctly. Grab the fission. We're actually going to use fission for Eraqus Aqua, so you're actually going to get to see it throughout most of the run, because it's a really, really good command. We're going to now just shove it on. There we go. Right, so the Fission Paraga is like a fire command that creates like a massive orb of damage around it when it hits something, causing like AoE damage, unlike regular Firaga, which just kind of hits one enemy and does damage to that one enemy. Drop down there. Right, cool. So this next slide I actually want to do, I'm just going to try and aim this blindly. So there's a few floods that spawn like in front of this door. Cool, I hit one. So I have an idea of the area they spawn in, but it's kind of still difficult to hit them when you can't see them. Right, so this is Magic Mirror again. We're actually going to use poison throughout this fight to speed this up because unlike Terra, Aqua doesn't really get a lot of chances for EXP before this fight, so she's kind of weak. The poison just does consistent chip damage over time. But also, when he does any of his attacks, as Aqua, we have to deal with the attacks. It makes it easier to see what he's doing or where he is. There he is. Pop Blizzard, Poison, Vision. Pop him with that. He's going to go back there like that, which is not fun. So we're going to wait for him to attack. Best beware. Pop him with poison there. He's going to do his spin around attack here. And we're going to dodge over there. Hit him with that. That was a really, really good fight. So I dealt with all the attack patterns there that I got pretty well. You can do that in 1 or 2 cycles, but getting it in 3 is pretty good. Anything more than that and you're like, what happened here? Weirdly, hitting him when he does the ring around attack is only possible with Blizzard. Fire just doesn't hit him for whatever reason. It just kind of goes through him. I don't know why Blizzard is different. It must be just because Blizzard travels a little bit faster than Fire. But I'd have to ask like someone that knows a little bit more about like that fight specifically than I do. Yeah, let me ask them real quick. Right, we're going to walk past all these goons. We're going to go into the castle. So we get thrown into jail immediately. She falls down like a hole. And we're going to sell everything apart from Vision Pyraga and Thunder. I hopefully have enough money. I do have enough money. Change the Keyblade for Treasure Trove because it's got 1 more attack, which is very useful for Aqua because, as I said, 1 more in a stat is insane in this game. Right, we're going to do a bit of movement tech here to grab her Ice Barrage. So you can wait and do this after the first Goons fight, but we're going to do it now just to get out of the way. Go to Terra. Go around here. Pop that. I made that look way easier than it actually is sometimes. So we grab Ice Barrage there. Ice Barrage is actually an end game command that you can just have at the beginning of the game if you didn't know that movement, or there's another movement you can do to get it. It is pretty powerful. Right. I'm going to be setting up magnets around this fight just to try and capture as many goons as I can. One other thing I'm trying to control as well is whenever Philip, the guy I've got with me, takes out a goon, I lose the EXP from it. And because I'm such a low level, I want as much EXP as I can get because I want to hit level 4 before the next big boss fight, which is with Dragon Maleficent. So hitting that would be very useful. We do kill some more enemies before her to make sure we hit that level. But actually, actually getting as much EXP as possible from the goons fight. I lost my train of thought there for a second because I was thinking about how many goons I've got to kill. To make sure that we are set. And then we do have to do more grinding with Aqua at a later point. We actually have to go to quite a high level in this run, so the All Stories run for Aqua is actually different from the any percent because we do the extra additional content of like the final episode. The level caps and things or like the level floors of stats and things are like very different to what it is for any percent. So for any percent you can get away with being like level 20 at the end, but in All Stories where we have to fight the like additional final bosses, you need to be a much higher level. So by the end of the game, we want to be level 27. So when we do our regular grinding session for Aqua, we're just going to be there for a little bit longer than we usually would be. Because, again, much like Ven, it's just an optimal location to kill all the enemies that we need to. Why'd I get a combo there? I just tried to swing once. That's fine, though. Right. So another thing with this fight as well, there's actually a spawn limit on the goons as well. Because much like everything with a lot of this stuff, based on the PSP version, it couldn't spawn all the enemies at once. So we just have to kind of deal with that every now and then. Gather. Kill those 3 guys. Go over here, kill those 3 guys. There we go. And Philip will come here. Do this QTE or reaction command. I'm going to go over here. Pop up here. I'm going to shoot a fire through the wall. So when your Keyblade goes through a wall during a command, the command will travel through the void in the outer bounds. And by locking onto the cog, you can hit it from underneath, from out of bounds. Right, just a quick menu here. I want to make a couple of Magneras. So originally this route, when it first came into existence, is called... there was a version of the Aqua beginner route called Early Magnera, where you made a Magnera even earlier than what I just did there. But this version of the route was really kind of put into like favor by a couple of runners called RebelDragon and Olympus when they were routing standard mode on the PS3 version for this game, and they kind of realized that grinding with Aqua made a lot more of her run like way more consistent. Oh crap! I didn't mean to pause. I forgot to put on high jump. I can do that in a second. That's fine. So I want to kill a couple of extra enemies here. Magnet into Ice Barrage. Making sure I get enough hit. That swing there is just to like kind of buffer my input to make sure that everything is okay. There we go. We can now just leave. Right, so now we can go into Dragon Mouth. So when you hit level 4, you start doing okay damage to Dragon Mouth. We don't have a more powerful Keyblade right now. We actually get a better Keyblade for magic from beating this world, which is Fairy Stars. We've got that both with Ven and Terra, but it's not really useful. Excuse me. So this fight is pretty kind of threatening sometimes. She does do a lot of damage, but you can just kind of go behind her butt and hit her. This is a big classic BBS strat from like years and years and years ago. I have no idea who actually like found it. This has just always been what we do to her. We just kind of camp behind her and hit her in the butt. This works on like every difficulty. As long as you have stuff that can like hit her like massive hitbox, you should be okay. So Magna, Fission. Pop her with as many of those as possible. Okay, good. Oh, I was worried there. You can get soft locked here if you're not careful, so I was trying to avoid that. Right, let's do that. 1, 2. There we go. That was a pretty okay fight. You can get that fight without her doing the little flight thing and you having to do the QTE. But that's just dependent on the attack pattern that she decides to do. Much like other fights I've mentioned throughout this run, just the pattern dictates a lot of stuff. Right, so we're going to go straight to Radiant Garden now with Aqua. We're going to do a quick menu. We're going to grab an Abounding Crystal. We're going to do a quick fight, and then we're going to go do her grinding section. While I'm just going through that kind of stuff, Murtag, do you have anything you want to say?
Yes, we do. We have a $5 donation from Aqua. Somehow she's managed to do that on Tiltify while doing the run. That's pretty incredible. And she says, "Hya, hya, 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 hya." Truly words to live by. And she's put that towards Spyro 2. Stand on 10 portals. Back to you, Rebel.
Cool. Shout out to Spyro 2. Right. So another command that I didn't use with Ben when I got here was Sleepy Egg, kind of. It's just what it says on the tin, it's sleep. Oh, lovely, didn't get anything. Okay.
Take that. Gotcha.
Okay, thank God I didn't get fully trolled. You can just get nothing there every now and then, which is amazing. Luckily, there's 2 more sets of mandrakes in this room, and yes, I have gone through this entire room without getting an abounding drop from Treasure Raid. It can happen, it will happen, you will lose a run to it at some point, you just have to deal with it. So one good thing about this is Mickey fight, as called because Mickey is here. So Mickey here, again, just wants to steal all of our EXP, so we don't like that. So we're just gonna try to maintain as much of it as possible. Thank you. Oh. Okay, pop that. Thank God he actually got caught in there. So now we're going to wait for him to die. Thank you. Wind. Gather. Magnet. And we're going to wait here for a second. Start. Fire. Arrow. Magnet. There we go. That was a really, really good fight. So if you get the right kind of patterns there and Mickey doing the right amount of damage, you can just finish that before I did the second magnet and arrow at the end there. But you can't always rely on Mickey to do that for you. Oh, nice pause buffer before the game let me pause. We're going to want Destiny's Embrace, just to keep it with some better stats on it, just a stat stick for a minute here. Zero Grav, Easer with EXP Walker. There we go. Right, so I made a big deal out of Ice Brush, but we're actually about to just go sell it because we just don't need it anymore. Nice. Right, so we picked up Mind Square there. Mind Square is really useful for like the rest of like the any percent portion of the run. Hopefully we don't have to sell it. Money can be kind of tight in this category, and we might have to sell it. Hopefully I don't, because I don't like selling it. So we're gonna sell Ice Barrage. I'm gonna buy 6 of these. And a cartwheel. So the cartwheel is just genuinely for final episode. Because we are going to meld it with a fire Agra at the very end. Right, so now for Aqua, we're actually going to make our way to her perfect grinding room, which is in Castle of Dreams. Even doing all this movement makes it like even worth it then. So we're going to kill these enemies here to nice whiff. I was literally in his face. Oh my god, nice dealing drop. Right, so now we've got that dealing drop. We're going to pop that guy over fire. Go over here. Right, nice. You want to drop from the first wave there. So now that I've got that, we're going to go to the second room here. Now, I do have to go to quite a high level with Aqua. I need to go to level 24, so we're going to be here for a hot minute. It is about 10 minutes we have to be here for, 10, 11. If I get decent RNG here, push that guy towards it. Okay. Okay. Oh, nice fleeting drop. Okay, this is not going as well as I want. Okay. This is really awkward when you don't get everything that you need. Oh, nice, I got it. Now we can just run around popping this. Right, again, I'll be using EXP Walker as much as possible to just cheese as much EXP as I can. I didn't mean to go in Terra first, but that's fine. So we grab a thing with Terra here just to make sure we have enough. We have a couple of side dashes for a bit of movement. You don't always need them, but it's like not really a time loss to grab them. Pop this guy. Luckily, in comparison to any percent, this is a lot nicer on the like RNG for like drops and things, because we get much more of a chance to get everything we need. So usually in any percent I'll be sweating right now because my drops are not really that good, but in all stories I've got much more of a chance to get everything I need. Snow White, pop that, there we go. So Aqua does actually need Snow White for like one part of the game at a later point. It was a strat that was found like 2024 in deep space. It's quite useful, even in all stories. It just means dealing with one less part of the fight. Can I like... Cool, there we go. Thank you. Can I get another fleeting crystal, please? That's all I want. I just want one fleeting crystal, then I can do my menu. Cool, that's what I wanted. We're going to quickly wait, do a menu now. Right, so now we're going to make a couple of firers. Ideally wanted the fleeting crystals because it's more optimal to use the magic haste on the firers because you're confirmed to get them. When I make Firagas in a moment, there's a wonderful 10% chance that they can turn into Raging Storms. Getting one Raging Storm is actually pretty optimal for all stories. It's not optimal in any percent, but in all stories you do actually want one. It makes a lot of the fights a lot faster. So hopefully I can, well, if I hopefully get it, but if I get 2 Raging Storms then I start crying because I have to go buy another set of fires. Because you can't buy Firaga later in the game if you don't have one at this point. Right, so now everything starts dying a lot more to the Sign of Faith now, which, oh god, I did not mean to use Binding Strike there. Right, getting another Magic Haste, or sorry, Fleeting Crystal would be much use right now, but I'm just not getting... Oh, speak of the devil. Right, so I'm level 16 now, which is quite good. Pulsing Crystal's not too terrible if I need it, but I shouldn't need that. Right, while I'm popping in and out of this room, Murtag, you got anything?
Yes, we do. We have a $26 donation from Vivholm, simply saying, W.
Big W's. I always love getting to this point in an all stories run. I just like doing Mickey grinding for me it's just something I will just sit and do for hours because I'm just sad like that. But it is actually like quite like, you know, satisfying running around this room just blasting everything with Mickey D-Link and seeing all the numbers go everywhere. Big dopamine hits.
Come on.
Alright, please give me more drops I need. Right, I should be able to do my menu in a second here. I'll finish this room, then I'll do my menu. I should be fine actually. I think I have a Shimmering Crystal. I do not remember. I was only looking for flames. Pop that guy. Right, Magic Haste, Magic Haste. Yes, let's go. Genuinely, that's insane. I want to do that one. 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 Cool. Now you get to see cool stuff with Raging Storm. I genuinely can't believe it. I've got that 3 runs in a row. That is genuinely crazy. I did a couple of practice runs. I did one run with Murtag present, so Murtag can confirm. I got a Raging Storm in a different run as well.
I can confirm that indeed.
And that is genuinely like a 10% like chance. It's not, it sounds like quite like, oh, 10%, that's not that bad, but it is kind of rare to get that, especially 3 times in a row in 3 different runs.
Take that.
Right. I need to get level 24. Level 24 is the magic number for this one. Level 24 allows you to hit level 27 around like Olympus Coliseum-ish kind of area. That right, I'm going to be trying a different stuff with my menu. So the Raging Storm is both optimal but also like kind of annoying. It kind of ruins your command deck because it takes up 2 slots and it's really annoying, but it is very hype. Right, level 20, that's quite good. Right, I want to get the other magnet into my deck real quick. Because I want the confirmed magic case from it to make sure Raging Storm actually recharges correctly. Alright, Mickey. Do that. I should be hitting level... Oh, I was like level 20 or something. I forget in between levels and I hit it and I'm like, oh, I'm that level. Yeah, I'm level 21 now. Good. Only 3 more to go. It's not that much. So doing all this is just because the final 2 fights in the final episode require us to have a ton of EXP. Alright, pop that, pop that. The old strat for this actually was kind of interesting. I remember back in the day, it used to be, we used to use victory pose. Victory pose is a command that every time you, like, it just gives you another set of EXP, like triple of the last EXP you got. And we used to, like, go into final episode where the battle level's higher and just grind on the big monkeys that are in Neverland, which you fight with Terra. You don't really fight them, well, you fought them with them, but you just despawn them. And that used to be the way we used to do it, and we used to just use Ignite on them and use Victory Pose all day. And then this version of the thing came into existence and just sped like every part of grinding up forever for every character that can use Mickey. Unfortunately, Terra doesn't get access to Mickey, which is Terra doesn't really get anything in this game. That's kind of a running theme if you know anything about how any of the runs of this game work. Terra gets nothing. He gets no money. He gets no good D-links. Outside of like Aqua and a couple of other things, but like he doesn't get Snow White, so he can't use Treasure Raid. He doesn't get Mickey, so he doesn't get double EXP. He just misses out on like everything. Alright. I heard a donation come in. Do you want to read it?
Yes, we do. We have $7.60 from Eris saying, Eris donation theory. All donations are actually from me. Money bags emoji, money bags emoji, money bags emoji.
Damn.
Something to ponder on, I think.
I think Eris might be minted if that's what he's claiming.
Wasn't me.
Right, so I've got one more room here actually, so that's not too bad. I'm going to quickly just edit my command deck so everything looks like a command deck should, because currently it looks like a garbage fire. So hopefully, I don't know if I'll get enough XP from this room to be able to leave, but I want to hit level 24 in this room before I leave. Because then I can get a bit of EXP on the way out and guarantee I'll hit level 24 before the end of this room, which is nice. So I just want to make sure I hit 24 and then I can guarantee I'll hit 27 by the end of the game. Even if I have to do a bit of movement to do so, I will hit that level. Right, so we're going to leave now. Try not to click the sticker, because if you click the sticker you get another tutorial prompt. There we go. Right, make sure we go here. We're going to just body these guys real quick. There we go. Right, so that should guarantee us level 27. I'm just being extra safe because this is a marathon run. If I was doing like a world record attempt or whatever, I would just like YOLO and like run out anyway. But just because I want to make sure I'm actually like okay on everything, I'm going to play a little bit safe there. Right, so now that we've done that, we're going to go back to Radiant Garden. And we're going to go through here. So now we get to just trash everything with Raging Storm now. So Raging Storm is usually like a pretty like not very good ability when you're like lower in level, but when you like are like capping on the damage cap like I am now, it suddenly does amazing damage. If you just tap forward while going into an enemy after locking onto them, you can just like destroy their HP bars. So I'm going to walk up to Trinity Armor here, lock onto the legs, and then just start tapping forward all day. Right, so let me just go, because he's going to do his attack here where he launches stuff upwards, so now we're just going to... Okay, I didn't get laser skip, but that's fine. So if you get lucky, you can skip this guy's laser attack, but I just didn't get it there. And now I just finish him off with this. There we go, easy money. If you get lucky with like where you're moving when the head falls down and your Raging Storm is on top of him, you can just kill him without him ever doing the invincibility phase, which is nice. Right, so now that we've used Raging Storm on that one fight, we're going to go to Venitas 1 now. So in Aqua's first version of Venitas 1, he's exactly the same as Ven's 1. He's affected by like nearly everything. The main command we want him to be affected by in this is Magnet, so we're going to be using Magnet at the start just to try and like catch him in it. As I said before, his gimmick is like, haha, you didn't hit me, I'm going to hit you back. When we use the Magnet, that just stops him from having that ability to do that. So that's very useful. So we're going to pop that. Oh, nice whiff on that. Oh, nice getting backdashed on that. Right. Immediately mess up the movement, so lose all the time that Terra would have saved. Hell yes. Skip that cutscene. We're going to prepare the Magnera as we go into the fight. And we're going to take a step forward and use the Magnera. And hopefully he gets caught. If not, we have to wait for it to recharge and do another one. I do have a second Magnera, but like... Okay, here we go. And... Goodbye, Venitas. Raging Storm saves so much. I'm so glad I got it, like genuinely in a marathon run. Right, so now we're done with Radiant Garden. That's the last time we're going to be there with any of the characters. So we're going to go to Disney Town with Aqua now. There's a wonderful 3-minute minigame that we need to play through. So hosts, feel free to just step in, yap, do whatever you want during this time.
Right now?
You can go whenever.
Yeah, I can go all night. So, I'd like to remind you that we are raising money for Make-A-Wish International, which is a great cause. It is making children's lives better. Make-A-Wish has granted over 615,000 wishes to children living with critical illnesses. Wishes are granted to children between 3 to 18 who have been diagnosed with a critical illness. And this year alone, Make-A-Wish International will grant over 30,000 wishes in 50 different countries. It's a great cause. The money that you're donating is going to them. So thanks a lot. Get your money in. And let's see how far we can get with our donation total. Back to you, Rebel.
Thank you. So this is Fruit Ball. We're just going to be hitting fruit into the goal for like a minute or so. So I'm going to be getting to around like, probably around 15 or so points and then putting down the controller and letting these guys vibe. Oh god. Just trying to hit these things back. So the main attack here thing I'm doing is I'm pressing triangle, then oh my god, that was really weird. And then I'm using the spike command. Genuinely, the Xbox One version of this game, or like the Xbox version that they released, this minigame just doesn't really work on it. The like strike down thing that I'm doing just sends the fruit just directly downwards. So Fruit Ball on Xbox is actually like genuinely like the final boss of the run. It's really difficult. Right, now I've got 19 points, so I'm just going to put the controller down and vibe and take a drink.
I can jump in again.
Go ahead.
So, as I mentioned, we're raising money for Make-A-Wish International. But you can support in multiple different ways. You can obviously donate to the stream, but you can also buy merch on speedrunstore.com. We have some amazing shirts on there. $5 from each purchase goes towards the charity and will be added to the total at the end of the stream. And additionally, we have pre-orders open for the Plum plushie, which you might have seen during our interview segments. It looks amazing. You can support a great charity, you can support ESA, and you can get an amazing plushie. What's not to love? Get on it.
That Plum plushie is pretty based.
It is pretty amazing.
It is pretty based.
I saw it. I want it. I'm buying one.
Your pre-order's already in. Yeah, so these guys are just genuinely pretty bad at playing this game, so you can get to a certain number of points and just kind of like... This is like the P break when like you're doing runs of like any Aqua category. This is like that I get to put my controller down and do nothing for a minute here. Normally in my runs I'll go to like 15, but as you can see, these guys be balling at the minute, and I did a run yesterday when they nearly beat me. So I was like, nope, not happening. We're just going to play it a little bit more safer than I usually do. So there we go. If I'd gone to 15 and waited, we would have gone into like the tiebreaker there. When you enter tiebreaker in Fruit Ball, you actually first person to score a goal is the then winner, which if you then lose, you then lose 3 minutes. Oh, I just did any percent in my brain. That's fine. It doesn't matter. We'll just do this fight now. We're just gonna quickly do this fight and then we'll leave. That's fine. My brain went any percenting there, even though I haven't done any percent in a while. Right. So now this fight here is we're just gonna go around here, moving different enemies and popping the guys. I'm just going to quickly wait for Magnera to come back here. Pop these guys with that. Okay, you're going to wait for this. Normally you have 2 Magneras here, but with the setup I've got, you've only got 1. Okay. Oh my god, he shot Hercules with a fireball at the end there. Right, I meant to go to deep space there, but I just quickly went there for whatever reason, just to... While I'm here, I'm going to grab this, because my money situation is kind of bad. Oh, nice drop down there. Now we've done this, we're going to leave and go to... We're going to leave and go deep space, because that's where I was meant to go. But that's fine. Right, so we're going to go deep space now. The reason why we want to go deep space is because we want to get a bunch of... we want to get a few commands just to make some of the rest of the game a bit easier to do. I might have to do a bit of extra grinding as Aqua just to make sure that one of my abilities has like what I need on it. But it's fine, we'll deal with that as it comes. Okay, there we go. Oh my word, how did that happen? Like, how did half of the thing come out and the other half didn't? Alright, there we go. Right, that force fight's pretty easy. We just have to run to that room. Hey Gantu. Oh god, I didn't mean to pause. Right, so the next fight we got to do is called the bike minigame. It probably has like a proper name, but we've never called it that. Bike minigame is really annoying on most categories, but in all stories, our stats are so high that it doesn't really like matter too much. The RNG of this section is the little enemies that are flying around out in like space, where we're yelling "Gotcha, take that" and shooting her arrow, which you'll hear in a second. Kind of just do whatever they want. They like fly around, try and attack you, do whatever they feel like doing. So what we're going to do is we're just going to move off to the side a little bit and start shooting, and try and get as many of them as we can very, very quickly. Move to the side. They get like 2 to 3 shot in this, which is very useful, so we're just going to pop as many of them as can as they come past us. Right, pop that guy. Oh, that was bad. Take that. Gotcha. Oh, I got the... Oh, he's going to come towards me. Hell yeah. That wasn't too bad. Right, so the next fight here, we have to clear the next room of enemies before we can access the teleporter. The easiest way to do that is to just use Snow White. I leveled it up for this very purpose. We're just going to use Bashful again like we did with Ventus to clear out one of his fights. This is kind of going quite bad right now. That's fine. Oh, nice.
Fire!
Pop that guy with that. Probably another 20 or so. Right, so this is Stitch fight. Absolutely cool because Stitch is here. We're just going to deal with some enemies here. Pop these guys. Magnet. Pop a Raging Storm. And hopefully this guy comes towards me and dies. Where the hell is it? There it is, thank you. Right, there we go. Right, so now in the next room, I need to grab a couple of items. I need to grab a Fire Surge, and I need to grab the Prism Rain. Prism Rain is mainly used for the end of the game. It's used in the final boss. It might be a little bit underleveled because of my mistake of going to OC a little bit early, but I should be okay. If I need to kill a couple of extra enemies just to make sure it gets a bit more EXP, I will. But it shouldn't be too bad. I get a lot of EXP from the... Oh nice, I actually got a refill on my stuff there. You don't always get that. Pop that. The not Raging Storm, the Prism Rain is in this chest here. I'm gonna pop that. That guy. So you can like go back over to the same platform that I was on, but it's not that easy to do. Over there we go. Right, this is Gantu. Gantu has Stitch with him, and Stitch will just shoot him. We're going to run up to him in Raging Storm, much like we've been doing to every other fight. And yeah, he's just going to get wrecked. God, I love actually getting to use Raging Storm in a run. It's insane. You never get to do that. Right, so we're going to do a quick menu here. We're going to replace our current Keyblade with Hyperdrive, because it's got one more strength. And then we're going to put on Prism Rain, and then we're going to put on... oh my god, I got so many Cura drops. Just quickly fill that menu. Right, there we go. There we go. Right, say hi to Phil. I didn't mean to pause. Terra has a cutscene there. I always pause there. Right, so this is 10 rounds with Aqua. We're going to be going through each round with different strats, so across the board. Fire, fire. Right, so Magnet and Division Viraga is basically the bread and butter of this. There we go. Making sure I line that up correctly, that's fine. Oh, nice play charge. Right, I need to check what level I am in a minute, because I will dictate if I need to do a bit more grinding or not. Oh, nice. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Nah, and I have to wait for Raging Storm to finish before I can actually move on. You can see how long this command actually lasts. I meant to use Vision Viraga there, but, you know, mashing triangle. Right, these are these dudes. Go towards them. Pop that, pop that. There we go. Right, that's good. We've got one more round left, which is the Jelly Shades. We're gonna mash out. We're gonna mash this out here. And there we go. Right, I should be fine on money because I've got so much. Oh, nice. So we're going to sell Binding Strike. We're going to sell 2 of the Curers. We're going to sell Zero Grav. We're going to sell both of those. We're going to sell Raging Storm. We're going to sell Blackout. I don't need to buy an Ignite. That's amazing. We're going to buy 1 of those. We're going to buy 2 of those. We're going to buy 5 of those. Then, what level am I? Level 26. I will have to do a little bit. That's not too bad. Faraga, and then. Oh, we should check my. While I'm here, 5 ethers. That's fine. So I need ethers for the end of the game as well. You can grab a mega elixir and use it. I just use ethers because you get tons of them from drops. Just want to check my numbers there. You need at least like 4. That's what you need. So this is Zach. We're going to go in, use that. Pop an Ignite in his face. So Ignite does damage over time. It's really useful. Okay, thank you for getting away from where I was. Thank you. And then we're just going to clap him with this. Easy fight. So the next fight is with Hades and Ice Colossus. We're going to do practically the same thing. We're going to build up a Blade Charge as fast as we can and just try and destroy them both at the same time. I will have to do a bit of extra grinding in the in Neverland, just kill a couple of extra enemies to make sure I hit level 27 before the end of the game. It's also useful because I need a bit more XP on my Prison Reign anyway, so that should be okay. I can do that on my way around. So he's because we was Frosty. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Big rip. He had 1 hit point left. If you get really good with the positioning there, you take out both of them at the same time. Right, there we go. We get Mark of the Hero with Aqua, but that's literally useless to us because, as I said earlier, her magic stat is way, way better than her physical stats. Right, to pop into Neverland. Aqua's Neverland is pretty simple. We're just going to go around in a circle and just do everything cause plot. So we do grab another Firaga en route because we just need a spare one. I'm going to quickly kill this guy, so kill a couple of these guys to make sure we have enough. Okay, cool. I should be okay with XP now. I might have to kill 1 extra set of enemies, but that's okay. I was a little bit preemptive with leaving and grinding by the looks of things. Which is fine, it happens. Just make sure I'm going to pop these guys here. Right, so we got a cutscene we got here, then we're gonna jump up these little orbs. Apparently these are from one of the Tinkerbell movies. Never seen them, so I have no idea. We do the swing there to cut the momentum. I really fumbled my speech there, but that's fine. Oh my god, pop up here. Oh yes, got the double there. That's actually a lot more annoying than it looks. Grab this Firaga. Prepare Terror. Gotta make sure I don't fall off, because if you fall off, you lose all your time. Pop that. Pop that. Right. I'm gonna kill 1 more enemy here just to genuinely make sure I'm fine. I should be okay now. I do a lot of movement in the next couple of segments, so I should be okay. Right, this is Venitas 2, and much like Ventus' Venitas 2, his gimmick is he's affected by really not that much, but he is affected by Ignite, so that's the reason why it's nice I got a drop. Because normally we don't buy an Ignite in this run. We do in 80%, but we don't have enough money for it in all stories normally, so it's a bit of a... Which
just making sure I don't die here.
This way. Fire! 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 Fire!
Too slow.
Fire!
He died as he was hitting me. That's pretty good. That was a really weird animation to get killed in, Venitas. Thank you. Right, now we've done that, we get given Pixie Petal, and we get given Stormfall like immediately afterwards. But Stormfall, sorry, is used in endgame, the final story. Meanwhile, Pixie Petal is used in just the final bits of this, because it has a 6 in magic, which is genuinely insane. It's so good. It's very powerful. Right, we need to make a quick pit stop in Monsieur's Tower. We'll do a menu. Just make sure I get this right, because I don't want to mess it up. What am I doing? Cool. There we go. Mildly messed it up, but didn't actually make any huge mistakes in that menu there. I realised what I did, and I was like, oh no. Right, so final, getting into final fights now. We've got to go to the Keyblade Graveyard now. So we've got 2 more fights with Aqua, and then we load up the final episode where there's only 2 fights we have to do, and we basically go straight into them. I just have to do a quick menu at the start of that part. When you misspeak and say the word fart instead of part, of course. Thank you, Eris.
You're welcome.
Yep, nice level 27 pull there. Exactly what I needed. I was a little bit overzealous with like getting that. I just wanted to make sure I had it because I don't want to mess it up. Not having it at the start of the final episode is kind of annoying. Right, we're going to quickly go around these tornadoes. Oh, that's fine, don't worry about it. The hitbox for getting caught by them is a lot like smaller than you think. We're going to go behind the Moogle shop because I like doing that. Really doesn't save any time, it's just something that I always do. So, Aqua's 2 final fights are Braig and then her version of Final Venitas when he's taken over Ven, so it's Final Venitas we tend to call it, even though it's just another Venitas. Just to differentiate it from the other ones. Skip that, we just have to watch half the same cutscenes again. Hello, Braig. Right, so Braig here does actually have a desperation move skip, but it's really annoying to go for. I say annoying, it's more just, we just have to get enough hits in before he does his pattern shifts.
Take this!
Should be okay, actually. Cool, we did it. I'm just gonna wait here and block this.
Come on!
Thank you. Easy. So when you stand in the middle and use the blade charge finisher, when he goes to the middle, he starts shooting in all directions. When you stand in that position and swing that, it deflects all the bullets he's shooting back into him and just bricks his HP bar. So now this is the final fight in Aqua. Then we have to go through to the ending screens to make a save real quick.
Too slow.
I didn't mean to use cure there, but that's fine. Mickey's just going nuts behind me with that reaction command thing.
Too slow. Come on. Too slow.
Nice. Alright, cool. So that's the end of Aqua's. We just need to go through to the final bits here to make a quick save. The reason why we need a save is it just kind of validates the run. I have got a final episode save if I did forget to do it and accidentally soft reset from a run I did the other day. But basically, we have to make a save using the Aqua that we use throughout the run to basically make sure the run stays valid. So I can overwrite this save. And then it will ask me, do you want to make a final episode save? And I can just save over it. Oh, there we go. Now that will take us back to the title screen. I'll try and skip through all the stuff quickly. No new game, want to continue. World map, final episode. Right, so at the start of final episode, we get spawned into the world map. We don't have land of departure anymore because as part of the cutscenes, at the end of Ventus's story, he basically gets put into a coma, and Aqua basically puts him in the land of departure and turns it into another place to basically protect him, and that's what Castle Oblivion is. So I'm going to quickly do a quick menu here. It's not that quick. I need to change a couple of things in my command deck and put on a new Keyblade. So I need to put on Stormfall real quick, because Stormfall is good. Fire Wheel is the reason why I brought an extra cartwheel. Now we're going to use Fire Surge, Fire Surge, Fire Surge, Fire Surge, Fire Surge, Fire Surge. There we go. Right, so now final two fights here. I might die to this fight once because he is a bit of a bummer sometimes. Alright. I will have to concentrate here. I'm looking for a particular move. Once I've got that move, I will kind of talk more about what's happening. Yeah, okay. There it is. Oh. I'll have to wait for the next chance to get it now. Right. So this is why we make a Fire Wheel, because once you've stunned him with a Fire Surge when he does that attack, you can just keep locked onto him, hold forward, and mash square. This is the one time where mashing a dodge is actually optimal. And yeah, you can just standing infinite this man. If I don't get too unlucky, he'll stay stun locked like this for the rest of the fight. So I'm just making sure I'm okay. The reason why you want to be locked on is because the camera tries to stay on him, and as long as you're holding forward and mashing square, the hitbox of Flame Wall will be out. In no other situation is Fire Cartwheel any good. It has barely any iframes and just doesn't really do much, but on this one fight, it just completely clowns all over him, and it's very good. Right, so final fight time. So I will call time at the end of the final fight tech. I will try and be as easy as I can on you with it. Cool. So he's got a few HP bars I've got to go through. Whenever the screen goes black, I'm going to be using Prism Rain just to deal as much damage as I can by going through the QTE sequence with it. So I'm going to just move away from him for a second. Oh god. Okay. Oh, really twice in a row. Fine. Throw an ether. really the command change animation like body me there. Oh, okay. When he does this, you get blinded for a second. But it's fine, I'm just gonna spam some. Luckily, he's right in my face, so. Right, run back. He's pure. Okay. Okay, he hasn't done his like black tree attack again. I just need him to do that again, and he should be down. Okay. Please just do what you need to. Okay. A lot of this fight is just reacting to what he's doing and trying not to take too much damage. Okay. Fire. Oh god. And that's time. Cool. We did it. Even with messing up Terra catastrophically, I still got under 245. That's still pretty solid. That's not that far off of my my PB/world record in this. But yeah, that was Birth by Sleep All Stories. Thank you, ESA, for letting me show off this category. I love this game. I've been running it for a very, very, very long time. Shoutouts to the Birth by Sleep speedrunning community. Shoutouts to people like Pestilist, Kirby Sora, Sonic Shadow Silver 2, Texas Grandma, Marvin Long, all those guys, amazing. If you want to learn any KH game, you should... You're right. I can hear you breathing. If you want to run any KH game, feel free to check out the Discord, speedrun.com, anything like that. One more shout out to PlayStation Nation. You guys are based. Thank you for everything. Eris, since you were breathing, would you like to
yes, sir.
roll
me out? Yeah, I will out to Odrusu, whatever. I'm gonna, we're gonna go to a quick intermission. Yeah, outro. Thank you. We're gonna go to a quick intermission. Maybe go to a quick debrief with you if you want.
Yeah, I can do that.
And then we're gonna have Super Mario Galaxy by Salo? Is that how you said that? Not sure. Anyway, find out.